All right, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. We are here because the Raptors today are taking on the New York Knicks, looking to find a way to just kind of put this season, just give us a sliver of a hope for what's going to happen this season. I've got the scuba goggles on. I had some eye issues today, so rocking with the goggles for probably either the first, I can't see this being more than 2 times I've worn the goggles on stream, or glasses rather, but hopefully it doesn't distract you guys too much. After all, we are back as the Raptors are taking on, like I said, the New York Knicks. The Knicks gonna be looking for some revenge as the Raptors beat them at MSG a couple of weeks ago after Siakam's 52-point night, 3 weeks ago now, rather. Raptors could just, fans could use a win. You know what I mean? Fans could use just a little bit of happiness. You know what? Because there's going to be all these fans talking like if we win the game, we should be focusing on the draft. So losing is better. But I promise you, people will be more upset if the Raptors lose than if they win. So there's going to be complaints either way. Regardless, look, the guys that are out there on the court, they showed it against Milwaukee. They want to right the ship here. They want to win some basketball games. And there is an opportunity today to go and do that. They're favored at home. They're favored again at home against the New York Knicks. I'm rooting for the guys in the court because those guys playing their hearts out. They want to win basketball games. Hopefully, they are able to today. It will be interesting, but let's say what's up to everybody hanging out in the chat. Jeremy is here. KW is here. Chris GC, what is up? Logical Raps Fanatic, welcome back. 905 Yada, Superstar, what's going on? Amateur Hour Army Veteran. By the way, 905, you requested to add in total members on the stream. I was going to, but it actually is not a feature that I'm able to add in. So what I have on the top here, I have moved the subs, total subs up top left. This is the most recent dono. And this is like a donation through Streamlabs rather than through YouTube because these ones actually go directly to me. YouTube snakes half of everything else. This is most recent Super Chat. This is most recent membership gifter, which is 905 Yada. Matthew Gauthier, what is up? What's going on? Quentin Monin from Belgium is here. I think I saw both my moderators. Yes, I did. Both my moderators, Adam and Royman, join us today. It's Z-Rope here. Holderax, Doug B, what's going on, Doug? Jack is here. Who else? Raps, Brian Mugg, an Amateur Army vet. Tom Duke, another one. Cam Henschel, another one. Thank you to the Amateur Hour Army veterans joining us. MSJ, the most recent super chatter. What's going on, MSJ? Gavin Bryan, also here. I think that's everybody so far. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in the pregame. Obviously, you're going to talk about the Raptors and their chances tonight against the New York Knicks, where, again, the Raptors are favored going into this one. Favored by, I think it was 3.5. When I checked, let me verify this in a second. Let's see if there's been any movement on the Raptors betting lines today. If it loads, it'll load eventually. Anyways, Raptors are favored. They were favored against the Bucks, and that didn't work out as expected. Even though the Raptors came back from like 400 points down in the last 30 seconds. Today, they're still favored. They're not as big of a favorite, though, as they were against the Bucks. But that being said, it's still a very winnable game at home against the Knicks. Starting 5 is the core 5 getting to start here. Also in the pregame, we're going to touch briefly on Fred VanVleet's interview on JJ Redick's podcast. I had the pleasure or displeasure, rather, of tuning into that one today. So going to give a little bit of my thoughts on that. Not going to go too in-depth because I'm saving most of that for a video tomorrow. That's going to be a topic of tomorrow's video. Raptors are favored by 3.5 to 4, depending where you look. Would I trade Pascal for Bam if that offer is straight on the table, straight swap? No. I don't think Bam fits us better than Siakam does. And Siakam is not as good of a defender, but I think you can build an offense around Siakam. Bam Adebayo, yeah, I think you can build a defense around him, but I think you lose a lot of scoring, and you lose too much. Holderax is dropping in the super chat. Keep with the videos. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I hope you went as well. And thank you so much for the comment videos. Glad you're enjoying the videos. Been a pretty good week for videos, a couple of weeks for videos. So I'm happily gonna try to keep coming with the videos. Appreciate that. They has had a breakout year. Yes, but I'm not picking him over Siakam. Like, it's a pretty quick no for me. I'm sure Miami fans would say the same thing. They'd say, I'm not trading Bam for Siakam. Whatever. I wouldn't do it. I think you're giving up too much talent with Siakam there. Bam is not a player to build around. Pascal Siakam, in my opinion, is. If you don't think he is, he's a lot closer to that than Bam Adebayo. Yeah. I did see the Fred VanVleet interview today. Is Fred VanVleet in conversation with... Fred VanVleet was on JJ Redick's podcast, if you guys were unaware. So, 46 game win streak. Let's see. Yeah, we are going to talk a little bit about the Fred interview. So, that was a really eye-opening interview, because I've been saying that, like, there's no indication to me that Fred VanVleet, can't take a step back. He recognized the talent everywhere. He's got to be more of a playmaker for these guys. Though we haven't seen that. I think start of the year, I do believe start of the year, there was some steps being taken by VanVleet to kind of cool a little bit off on offense and allow other guys to cook. That fell off pretty quickly. It's clear that's not the case for Fred anymore. And I don't know. I guess there was never anything that suggested to me, it didn't seem like he was happy with his role, but there wasn't anything abundantly clear. But it's very, very clear now. And he made it clear he's unhappy with his role. He thinks he should be getting more touches. That was very eye-opening and but kind of concerning. He has a definitive issue with the role that he has with the Raptors right now. And the most concerning thing is that it's complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. He is hardly seeing a reduction in field goal attempts. He's hardly seeing a reduction in three-point attempts. He's hardly seeing a reduction in usage. There's no evidence whatsoever that he is shooting the ball less. His usage has barely dropped. His usage has dropped like 1%. It is nowhere near enough to suggest that his role has completely changed. And if the usage dropped 1%, you can easily chalk this up to the fact that he's shooting like the worst of his career. He's not shooting well. I don't want him to get the ball because he's not hitting shots right now. This is a definite. It pinched a little bit of a nerve. Let's see how much his usage dropped. It's dropped. I'm not saying they haven't dropped. Everything has dropped. It hasn't dropped enough to be noticeable, like extremely noticeable. His usage percentage has dropped from 23.7 to 22.4. Not that significant of a drop. And here's a guy that shot 38% from three last year, who is down to 32, and who shot 40% from the field last year, who's down to 37. Yeah, I'd rather you shoot less because you're putting up numbers like that. The self-awareness there. Oh, my goodness. What just happened? The self-awareness there is crazy. The usage is there. There's no metric that is showcasing to me that there's a definitive problem here. what is this? His usage percent dropped down quite a bit in the Pascal Scotty minutes. Would you not? Sure. Okay. Sure. The usage percentage is still up there. He's still getting plenty of touches. He's still shooting the ball plenty, regardless. Number two, the team has identified, rightfully so, that Siakam is the best player by a wide margin. He gets the ball more because he's the best player and he scores extremely efficiently. If there is a failure from Fred VanVleet to recognize how well Siakam is playing and why he's getting the ball more, that's a blatant lack of awareness. I would even suggest that it's possible, or what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, how on earth is it possible that he doesn't recognize that? Let's see. Okay, he sent me this on Twitter. Let me see. Big picture. Little has changed, but in context, his usage rate last season with all 5 starters was 20%. This season, it's 13.5. Okay, that's fair enough. That's a pretty eye-popping stat. All right, it has dropped. I think he's struggling to adjust to the drop in usage, which is fair. He's struggling to adapt to that role. I mean, he's thinking of himself as an all-star because he was an all-star last season. No, it's fair. It's fair. I hadn't seen that. You know what? I hadn't seen that. So there's a definitive stat that showcases usage down. He's struggling to adjust to his new role, for sure. I think if he's shooting better, he gets the ball more in those lineups. And I think if he forces up less shots, the ball naturally comes to him a little bit more. What I'm saying is I really don't feel like what he said was warranted from that show, because I think he's within his right to feel like it's a tough adjustment to make. But the reality is the team is running through Siakam because Siakam is the best player. And we've seen tons of evidence this season that Fred is struggling to shoot, and that how much can we trust him with his shot selection, and even when there's good shots, he's still not making them. Yeah, he's off ball, but we're asking him to play a different role. Like, I don't think it's a crime to adjust your strategy to, in theory, better the team. Like, would you want Fred as ball dominant in those lineups with Siakam as last year? Because I don't think I would. Siakam has been utterly sensational this season, and he deserves more of the ball. I think Siakam doesn't get the ball enough, quite frankly, some of the times. But he's not hitting these shots. He's not hitting any type of shot with any degree of consistency. The pull-up shooting was a thing, absolutely, but he just does not have that this year. He barely has open catch and shoot threes down. This is the issue. But he's struggling to have the self-awareness here of the talent around him, which I find is concerning. And he's just lost that edge from his shooting. Shooting is something that can come back. The defense is, like, the point of attack defense, which I've praised a lot, it's really fallen off this season as well. You see it. The point of attack defense is not what it's been in the last few years. It's concerning. You really have to wonder if he's in the long-term plans. I don't want to, I hate to give up on a guy because I very much believe in, the guys, a guy to figure out his shot, a guy to figure out his game again. Because Siakam, through so much ridicule, found it, and look at him now. And I believe Fred has the capability of finding that, but I doubt, his athleticism is concerning. His kind of just the way he sees the team at the moment is concerning, in my opinion. I don't know if you can commit to this guy in the high 20s on a contract. That's a very risky contract, in my opinion. So I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. He could get to the rim drop. But he's consistently, like, even when he was at his best, even when Fred was at his best, he was one of the worst in the league in finishing at the rim. He's one of the worst in the league in the paint scoring. He just doesn't give that enough. And without the shooting, it's making it even worse. I just don't know. I love Fred VanVleet, but I don't know how much money you can commit to him. And in the sense where you're wondering how much you commit to him, I don't know. Trading him seems like potentially the right thing to do here. But then, you make a trade, you're getting undervaluation for him. You're not getting what you should probably getting for a player of his caliber. And if you wait to the offseason, then sign and trade is possible, but that'd be difficult. There's, re-signing him. That's your risk in signing the player to a lucrative contract. And then you have to bet on him to bounce back from the slump. That's a possibility, but it really does make me nervous. I'm just wondering if Fred is the right point guard, given the talent of this team. I'm starting to feel like there's just too much here. We need to invest in more high-tier talent. I'm starting, like, 5 guys averaging 15 points per game. Like, we've seen OG upset with the role. We're seeing Fred upset with the role. People are there's potential that Scotty would want the ball more. Maybe he's not been passive. Maybe he's just getting the ball less and he's being instructed to pass more. Gary Trent's coming off the bench. Like, he can't be happy about that. And, I get slump years. I get them 100%. But it makes me very nervous thinking about investing into a long-term future with Fred VanVleet involved. It's just nervous. I'm not giving a guy a contract because he's nice and I like him. That's obviously a business at the end of the day. Masai Ujiri made that very clear when he traded DeMar DeRozan. It's a business at the end of the day. I love him. Why do I love him? Because he's a winner, man. He's a fighter. He's fought for this team, and even in the interview, fighting for Siakam, he was sticking up for Siakam. Not everybody would do that. He was going out of his way to stick up for Siakam in his All-Star candidacy. He helped the team win a championship. Was an essential piece of an NBA championship. Of course, I love this guy, but it's a business. I'm not gonna use that like emotional stuff in evaluating a player, but I am gonna use the fact that I know he's a good player. Players have off years and can come back from that. And you have to think about from a value perspective. Are you going to get the right value for him in the trade market by the deadline? That's going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult to do if you can. In the offseason, it'd be a disaster to lose him for free. It'd be a disaster to lose such a key asset for free. That's the reason we're in this position right now. We lost so many key assets from the championship for free. Didn't get anything in return for them. That is an issue. You can't lose them for free, but how willing are you to invest your future into him? Like, these are I just don't have answers to these questions. I'm happy I'm not the one making these decisions. That's what I gotta say. I'm happy I'm not running this team because I seriously have no idea how you make these sort of decisions. When I think of the new 10-day signing Wieskamp, I got a treat for you guys. So I have a second channel called Amateur Hour TV. And on that channel, I actually spoke about Wieskamp today and my thoughts on bringing him into the team. You can check out that video right here with the link I put in chat. Go have a look. Long story short, Wieskamp, solid fit. Wondering if he'll get any minutes. But at the end of the day, 10-day guys aren't usually groundbreaking. Don't have too high expectations. But hit some shots, play some defense, maybe he gets another 10-day contract. Spacing even helping the drive. Like, sure, but 37 from the field, 32 from three. That's not good. That's straight up bad. He's the least efficient player in the NBA. Like, that is bad. And he's struggling to affect the game as much on defense as he has. And he's not affecting the game as much from a playmaking standpoint as I would like to see. There's a lot. Like there's a lot to dissect with VanVleet. I don't know I don't know the best way to sort this situation. He's giving the Raptors a difficult decision. For real. You're always gonna get less turns. Sign trade set design. For sure. Raptors still got a pretty good deal for Lowry if Achua turns out like he was kind of playing at the end of last season. It's tricky. You kind of bet on the player to kind of be more, like, earn more value in a sign and trade later. But again, it's up to the player for the sign and trade as well. I'm starting to not like the fit with VanVleet. I'm very much starting to not like the fit. I think there's too many chefs in the kitchen on the Raptors offense sometimes. 5 guys averaging 15 a game, like that's cool because on any given night one can go off, but I feel like this team needs to be better tailored towards its top-tier talent. And this team does have top-tier talent. Siakam is top-tier talent, whether you like it or not. We don't know what do we have confirmation, like when saying on a miss for a trade, we don't really have confirmation exactly what some trades were. Like Lowry, 2021, it depends. It depends. What was it like? Do we have confirmation Tyrese Maxey available? If that's the case, that's a fucking miss for sure. That's a miss. I ain't gonna give any discrepancy there. If Max was on the table, you said no, that's a straight up miss for sure. But hindsight's 2020 there. So I was looking for everything, and it's hard to know. It's hard to know what players can become. For sure. Raptors are thinking at this point, with Lowry there, they're thinking VanVleet takes a step up, which he did. And there was serious investment in making Malachi Flynn work. So, I can see it there. It's a miss in hindsight. I can see why they hesitated a bit. Send Fred to Dallas to take Davis Bertans, one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and also get Green and Hardy. That Bertans contract is just absolutely no. Like, you just cannot take that Bertans contract. You just cannot have that. I don't think you're handcuffed by Fred. Like, Fred is not like what Kemba Walker was. It's not dead salary that you need to get rid of. I seriously don't think this is just dead salary. And if it is, then it's over at the end of the season. I think there's some assets you could legitimately get for Fred. Like, nothing crazy, but I think there's value there, and I think there's value in the player that some teams can see. Dallas are an interesting one. I keep getting asked about mock trades that involve Dinwiddie. Dallas have ball handler issues, lack of overall ball handlers. So everybody wants Dinwiddie. The Dallas Mavericks have ball handling issues. They need to add in more ball handlers. So adding in one and giving one away doesn't make any sense for the Dallas Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie ain't coming to the Raptors in a Fred VanVleet trade. For real. Check Twitter. Hindsight, everything can look bad in hindsight. It's sure, it's a report. I think we can assume it's a valid report. In hindsight, that's a miss. Sure. Seeing Maxey play like this. But like I said, at the time, you have to look at it from the perspective of the time. Raptors were fielding a lot of offers for Lowry. They had Fred VanVleet ascending. And you know what? Fred VanVleet took the next step, became an all-star. I know what we're seeing now is not all-star. And there was high hopes for Malachi Flynn in that rookie season. How many guys is Nurse going to use tonight off the bench besides Boucher? Flynn, probably. Achua will play. Juancho might play. Thad might play. At least 4. Koloko should play. 4 or 5. 4 or 5 will play. Want to take the play. Exactly. Homesick. Shut up, man. Did the Raptors not get an offer for KP? Is that Kristaps Porzingis for Lowry? I don't recall that. The discourse around the bench. Like, how do you justify playing the bench? They stink. They gave you 7 points in back-to-back games. The bench sucks. Their minutes are low because they suck. If they were actually scoring and contributing, they'd get more minutes. But you can't commit to playing the bench for all these minutes. Unless you're actually committing to losing games, which the team is not right now. The team is committed to winning games right now. I will say so. You'd want to definitely build around Siakam, OG, Barnes, and Trent. That's a really good core to work with. How good is that core is a big question. How good is that core? Gary Trent's a very good complementary player. I think that's like a guy you got to keep. OG, no matter what, should be off the table because no matter what team you are, OG is a player you want on your team. Every team in the league wants that type of player like OG on their team. No ifs or buts. Every team needs a player like that. Siakam is all NBA talent. Are we on the right timeline for him? Is he the right guy to invest everything into building around? I think that's a conversation. I would lean towards yes, but I think that's a conversation. Scotty Barnes is rookie of the year. Sensational talent. We've seen flashes of his ability this season as he gets older. I think there's going to be more consistency there. That's a special talent. Obviously, you keep a hold of him. Those 4, though, what assets do you have to build around them? What are the assets that you have in place to build around those guys? Because Fred, you're just like in theory in this situation I'm talking about, Fred VanVleet wouldn't be on the team. So what have you been able to get for him? Were you able to get a first-round pick at the deadline? It's not going to be a good pick, but were you able to get one? Did he leave for free? Did you sign a trade? Like, what's going to go on there? Is that enough to find the right pieces to build around those 4 I listed? I didn't really think about this because I'm very sold on this core. I'm very sold on building around this core. I think you need to find some more role players, and maybe Fred VanVleet's the odd guy out. But then again, like I got to reply to a tweet like, is that core enough? And then all of a sudden, like I don't know why that just flicked a switch. Like, is that enough? Now I'm questioning myself. Is that enough? Would it be better to start even fresher and just strictly build around Barnes and Anunoby and Gary Trent? I mean, Gary Trent's younger than Malachi Flynn. Gary Trent's a young player. I don't mind paying this guy. I think he can be a good player to have as the shooter and a shot creator. I think like that's the type of player the Raptors need. They need more like that. So I'd love to have a player like that. Sam's like 28. There's some time there. But I can see the appeal of, okay, maybe this core is not a championship core. What can you get for Siakam? Because you should be able to get 3 picks for him. You should be able to get the 3 first for him, plus other stuff. Siakam is 3 first-round pick caliber. Like it's no if like that's non-negotiable. That is not a 2 first-round pick player. We've seen the valuation of players. He's an all-star. He is all NBA caliber. That is 3 first-round picks. And if you get that, you might have a good pick this year. You might have 3 picks. It's not going to be great picks because it's going to be a good team. But you're going to get 3 picks coming for Siakam. You're going to get other assets maybe along with that. Focus on strictly building around Scotty Barnes' needs. That's also an avenue that you can definitely pursue. I see the appeal of doing that as well. I see the appeal of a lot of things here. There's no real direction right now, but I can absolutely see the appeal of multiple directions. Build around Siakam. I think he's young enough where you can do that. Clock is ticking, though. I see the appeal of building around Scottie instead completely. I see the appeal of holding the core together and giving them the right pieces. I see that appeal as well. Regardless, it's just you got to make a commitment somewhere. You got to make a commitment somewhere to doing something because obviously this team is not quite it right now. I don't think Nurse should be in the hot seat either. Nurse has developed, guys. Look what Fred VanVleet has become. Look at what Siakam has done to take the next steps. Obviously, those two started with Casey, but they've gotten to Fred VanVleet became an all-star. Siakam is now a two-time All-NBA player. OG as well. Look at how much he's developed. Trading your best player and maybe your best player ever is a huge risk. I agree, but if you assess that you want to build around Scottie, you just want to get the right team, you want to just start fresh, build a deep team again through the draft like you did in the 2010s. That sure, that's the way you can look at it as well. Yeah, we're looking at Casey develop these guys. Siakam was, a 7-point per game player under Casey? Is that what he averaged in his last year? Fred was a 6th Man of the Year candidate. Sure. These guys have taken their next steps under Nick Nurse. Gary Trent's gotten better. OG's gotten better. I'm not saying Casey did a bad job, but I'm definitely not saying Nick Nurse can't develop guys. We've seen these guys progress because it's been like 5 years since we had Dwayne Casey. How long has it been? 28. Been 4 years? Been 4 years since we had Casey. 4 or 5 years. So now we're seeing all these guys since then. We haven't given Nurse that amount of time. Well, trading Siakam for Shea would just do nothing. I mean, you still have issues with your team. If you're trading Siakam, if you want to star, Siakam's your guy. You don't need to trade Siakam for one. If you want to retool around Scottie, then Siakam would be your guy to trade. It's just a conversation. It's just I can't commit one way or the other. I just think these are interesting ways the Raps can go about it. We're not handcuffed here. We're not in a bad spot future-wise. With all our draft capital, we have plenty of tradable players. We got some short-term issues, but long-term, we've got a bright future still. Yeah, like people like doubting Masai Ujiri. I agree he hasn't done enough in the last few years. I agree. This is a bit of the fallout still from the championship. He should have done more. He should have done a better job. That being said, Masai Ujiri is a winner. Masai Ujiri has built a winner out of one of the worst franchises in the NBA. Built a winner out of them. Built a winning culture for the better part of a decade. This is a guy that can get us out of this as well. This is a guy that you give him time, he can get us out of the issue that he's kind of created here. For real. I think the discourse that he's got to go, I haven't seen any of it. It would be ludicrous. Absolutely crazy. Masai is the right guy for me. Listen, again, with these decisions, I just want a direction to be chosen. Whatever the direction is, I'll support it as the right one. But you got to pick something. So this reminds me, of course, of the Tampa season with the Raptors record and all. I remember being frustrated after that deadline because the Raptors didn't pick a direction at that deadline. Now, they did internally by resting guys, and guys were were injured for games. You know what I mean? The tank job. But at the deadline, the only trades they made, they traded Norman Powell for Gary Trent. Good trade in hindsight. And they traded Terrence Davis and Matt Thomas, each for second-round picks, assuming to make room for the Lowry trade that never materialized, but they did those things. Nothing that picked a direction. There was no trade that made it clear, okay, we're tanking. There was no trade that made it clear, okay, we're not tanking. But obviously after that, they started to tank. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if this year they also didn't really pick a direction, based on we can't really excuse me. It wouldn't surprise me if we couldn't decipher a direction based on the trades. But the Raptors apparently have been very active in trade talks. Apparently their asking prices for players have been quite high. That's Masai. You're not going to fleece them. But a deal can be worked out. It looks like the Raptors are very interested in making some sort of deals work out. So we shall see. What are we talking about? Well, the Lowry thing, I mean, it kind of worked out because he's getting paid $30 million to play like a not $30 million player. He's getting paid a lot of money. Miami are in a bit of trouble with that contract. Too many potions in the pot. Get rid of Nurse. What does that have to do with the chef's putting too many potions in the pot? What does that got to do with Nick Nurse? I did like one thing that JJ Redick was talking about in this in the interview today, because he mentioned like Nick Nurse at the time, 2019, like everything he did was creative and surprised people. Now the league is slight. That's had a slight effect on the lead in the league and the adjustments in the game adjustments, a constant in-game adjustments. I gave Nurse a lot of credit for in the 1920 season. Like every possession, there was a different strategy. It wasn't like a game-wide strategy. It was a possession-by-possession basis, what the strategy was. But the league has adapted to that. And a lot of what Nurse is kind of throwing out that used to be surprising, maybe is no longer surprising. I think that's a pretty, like, bland way to describe a bit of the issues this season. But like I said in the last video from yesterday, there's a multitude of issues with this team that you can't just chalk up to one specific spot. Nurse is one of them, but I have faith in Nurse as a coach. I'm betting, man, Fred gets traded before Trent, but I think they both could be on the table. Let's see. All right. Game's about to start, everybody. If you are enjoying the content, please make sure you are subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports. The stubbornness does seem like a thing. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. And drop a like if you're enjoying. Let's try to get to 50 likes by the end of the first quarter. And here we go in Toronto. Brunson outside to Randall. Corner three. Off the mark. Rebound by Siakam. Robo, what's going on? Thank you for enjoying the content. Half subscribed right. Well, I appreciate that. Let's get everybody to do that. Watch parties like this where you're after this game and videos. Break it down and analyzing the team all throughout the week. Here's Siakam going to the rack. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Can we get Siakam cooking in this game? Brunson, turnaround J is no good. Rebound by Robinson, who kicks to Grimes. It's now Randall, step back three. This one drops, first bucket of the game. So it took the Raptors about 7 minutes to score against the Bucks. Let's hope we don't have a similar issue today. Did we decide to give Fred? No. OG drops the jumper. Gets it down. All right, Raptors score just under 80 seconds into the game. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Build around Down Prime. Yeah, that'd be the best thing. Build the team around Jeff Down. Sidebar with the strip underneath the rim. Here come the Raptors the other way with Barnes. To Anunoby. Hand off to Fred. Pass the screen. Mid-range jumper is no good for Fred. He's gonna shoot. Grimes for three. No good. Rebound by Pascal. Here come the Raptors the other way with VanVleet now. Step back three. Oh, Siakam. Sorry, VanVleet drops the three-pointer. Listen, this guy, he spoke about JJ. He's confident. He's going to keep shooting. He's going to keep shooting over there. A new subscriber on Twitch, Maxon Ardone. Max, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. Or welcome to the Amateur Hour Veteran Club by becoming a subscriber on Twitch using that Prime sub. Appreciate that. Thank you for enjoying the content and tuning in. Brunson in the paint, gives it outside to Quickly. Raptors in a tie game here, 5-5 early. Randle for three, drops a second one. Randle's got 2 step-back threes. He's 2 for 3 to start the game. OG to Pascal. Looking for some off-ball action here. Wants the one-on-one with Robinson now. Takes it right to him and lays it in. Siakam attacked that matchup every opportunity he got at MSG and doing it here as well. Grimes as the Knicks come full court. Siakam a little bit out of position there. Robinson just walked forward. You got to run back there. That's a big. Scotty Barnes, if foul is called. You wouldn't know it from Knicks fans online. Oh, that's just bad defending, straight up. VanVleet to inbound. 10-7 for the Knicks. Fred to Barnes. Attacking Grimes. Gets it to Anunoby. Now Trent. Catch and shoot 3. Bang. Gary Trent. Can he stay hot here? We've seen how good Trent can be lately. And getting started early tonight. Randle. Another 3 for Randle. And this is also good. God damn. Yo, Randle, you're not this guy. What is going on with Julius? 3 threes to start the game and an offensive foul by Fred. I think the Knicks are quite different to the Raptors. Odds on Siakam 50 piece. Very low. (13-10) for the Knicks as they have the ball again here. Brunson to Robinson. Now Quickly. And stolen away by Fred. Nice job there. Full court to Siakam. Take it on. Oh, nice pass to Anunoby, who finishes at the cup. Nice feed there by Pascal. 13-12 for the Knicks now after that bucket. And they're looking to get going again on offense. Quickly to Randle. Randle already 3 threes. Oh my God. Make that 4. Randle is 4 for 5 from 3 to start the game. What is going on? Julius Randle's not this guy. What the hell is happening? These are all contested too. Siakam to OG. Nice feed to Barnes. Go dunk that. And he's fouled by Randle. There you go. See what he's been doing this season. He's laying that up too much. I like that. He's going for the slam, going for the dunk there. I don't know if Randle will be an all-star. The only New York Knick, this has nothing to do with it, but the only New York Knick in the voting, the top 10 for voting in their position, in their conference, was Derrick Rose. Randle could get in. It's going to be tough for him. Front court is loaded. Loaded in the Eastern Conference. You got Giannis, KD, Tatum, Embiid. Siakam's got to be in that discussion. Not up with those guys, but Siakam should be on the team, I think. Here's Randle. Bro, you ain't hitting another. No, you ain't hitting another one. Kicks it this time to Quickly. Gets it back. Nearly stolen by OG. Bro, do not let this guy get another 3. Highly contested 3. Oh, my God. Another 3 for Randle. He's got 15 points. OG was in his face there. What am I watching? Fred with mid-range. What am I watching right now? Randle is 5 for 6 from 3. But the only one he missed was the open one. They've all been contested. That one, OG is right in his face with a hand up. That is absurd. Wow. Randle gets to switch to VanVleet. Here comes Randle. Another 3. Ooh, nice strip by Fred as he was pulling up. Randle kicks it to Brunson in the corner. And it'll be a shot clock violation. Great defense there by Fred. Feeling a little bit of hunger from Fred today. He's looking good. All right, Freddie with possibly a step in the right direction to start this game. But Randle's shooting has got the Knicks out to a 4-point lead. So, sharp contrast to a couple of nights ago where at this point in the game, it was 7-0. Uh, it's 19-15. So if you bought tickets, you paid way too much money to go to a Raptors game. A little bit of entertainment here, and a lot of it being provided by like Julius, Steph Curry, Randall. Randall's 5 for 6, and like there are hands up in his face. I can't criticize the defense on him. It's been fine. He's just hitting everything at the moment. All right. What has been good to see though, Fred VanVleet with a positive start to this game. Fred VanVleet looking pretty good out the gate from a shooting standpoint. He's just gonna keep shooting, like he said today. He's just gonna keep shooting. He's gonna keep playing his game. He ain't making adjustments to his game. Self-awareness lacking, but hey, out to a 2-3. I think he's 2 for 3 from the field to start this game. 5 points. Did some good defense there on Randall, and he's got a steal. We'll see. Wow, Randall 50 points. What are you? Every day something strange going on. So there's been conversations about, like every night you see guys put up outrageous stat lines. What do you think is causing these outrageous stat lines on a nightly basis? Did I see Barnes and falling for the... Usually social media followers mean absolutely nothing. I wouldn't read too much into that. Is Fred better at defense or offense? I'd say offense. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Game's starting up anyway, so I don't need to think anymore. Yeah, your handle's just fucking hot at the gate. What you gonna do? Sometimes the guy's just making everything. There's been hands on these 3-pointers as well. Typically, his form isn't the smoothest, but there's OG hand in his face. There's Barnes hand in his face. What can you do, man? Sometimes the guy's just hitting his shots. Yeah, I got glasses. Wearing them today. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, I was talking about what's causing this uptick in scoring. I think the talent is the best we've ever seen in the league. I think the parity is encouraging this because there's a more widespread amount of stars across the league. As Siakam kicks out to Trent. He's got Fred. Can't get it to him. Trent layup. Nice take. I think analytically speaking, we are fixating on more efficient shooting now, which is why the NBA has seen such a large uptick in scoring the last decade, because we're only focused on getting the right shots for the team, which is advanced measures and analytics will tell you what shots are good shots. That only makes teams better and allows for more scoring. Another draw at half of regulation. We'll see. Those are tough markets to win on. Barnes outside to OG for 3. Corner 3 is no good. Rebound Brunson. 19-17. Brunson wants Fred 1v1. Floater for Brunson. Will not go. Rebound by Trent. Trent to Siakam. Grimes on him. Take that, Pascal. Nice feed by Pascal. Extra pass to Fred. Steps inside. Now Siakam in the corner. Why did nobody shoot that? That was a weird one. Fred actually had a good catch and shoot 3 there and didn't take it. That was very strange. Yeah, OG's kind of due for like a big game like he was getting more consistently before. I mean, naturally, these ebbs and flows happen. Fred was open there. That was a weird one not to take, considering some of the shots I see him take. But, hey, I can't really complain. Randall fouled there by OG. I did see Kemba got waived by Dallas. Let me stop any of you guys here. Kemba Walker is not the answer, okay? Dallas are so desperate for ball handlers, right? So desperate for ball handlers. And they waive this guy. That's a very telltale sign of what he's become. I'm only laughing because I know there's Raptors fans out there who probably think Kemba would be a difference maker here. Kemba is not that guy anymore. He is not the player he used to be. As sad as it is, he's just not that player anymore. He just isn't that guy. He's cooked. Sure. It's unfortunate, but he's not helping us. All right, Randall at the line gets both free throws. Randall's got 17 to start this game. Wow. VanVleet steps into a three. See, he had an open one and doesn't take it. Then he takes that one. Randall steps back for another three. Hand in his face. Hits again. What the fuck is going on? Like, Siakam is draped on this guy. He's got 20 now. Siakam is draped on this guy, and he still hits that shot. What can you even do about that? Another tough shot for the Raptors. No good. Here's Grimes. Hand off to Mitchell. Off his leg and out of bounds. Yo, these Randall shots are just disgusting right now. There are guys all over him, and he's hitting these. He's got 20 points already. 4:07 to go in the first. He's got 20 fucking points. This is insane. Gary Trent for three, and he's fouled. He's going to head to the line here. Scoot hands to the other Raptors Mills. Bro, if Victor Wembanyama is available, you're taking him. No ifs, ands, or buts. Oh, that's going to be a 2. Randall's foot's in the line. Do you have any idea how good Victor Wembanyama is? There's no discussion. No team in the league is going to discuss who they're taking first overall. Whoever gets that pick. It is not even going to be a discussion. Why does every team or unlikely player eat well playing against us? That's just not true at all. Brunson going forward, 23-20. To be honest, like if you give me Randall contested threes all night as another 3 drops from Grimes there, you give me Randall contested threes all night, Raps are going to win this game. Siakam backing down Grimes. Take this matchup. Kicks it out to VanVleet. Siakam is playing weird tonight. Trent steps inside. Ooh, nice little shift. Can't hit the jumper, though. Rebound falls to Brunson, who is going to be able to lay this one in no problem. Tough. So what's wrong with Siakam here? He had a good look at the rim, and he didn't take it. 28-20 now for the Knicks. Siakam is looking like a pass-first player. Start shooting the ball, Pascal. Here's Siakam stepping back, gives it to Fred. That's a good pass. Now VanVleet, there's a good shot. Fred, layup is good. Nice play there by VanVleet. 7 points for Fred. Looking aggressive tonight. Brunson to Randall for 3. Please, no. Misses the 3. He's way off this time. I'll take those all night, man. He's not that type of shooter. He got hot. VanVleet. Step back in mid-range. That's not a good shot, Fred. Early shot clock. Contested 2. That is statistically the worst shot you can take. Like, by a wide margin, the worst thing you can do is take a contested mid-range shot. It's just something like Fred will do one cool thing. I'm like, hey, he's playing well. Then he'll do that. I'll be like, what the fuck is he thinking? If we lose this, is it the final straw for the front office? I don't understand the question. Would I fire the front office? No. Look, you're weathering the storm of Randall deciding he's Steph Curry right now. Long game of basketball to go. Defense has been fine because those shots are contested. Offense, I mean, it can always be a little bit better. It can definitely be a little bit better than this, but it hasn't been that bad. You're weathering that Julius Randle Storm at the moment. Julius Curry at the moment, for sure. A lot of basketball left to play. Victor Bay winter jacket. Well, he lives in France, so it's not always warm there. Maybe not this cold though. Thank God Freddie has 9 shots. Hasn't he made half of them? Or 6 shots? He's made half of them. He's shooting 50%. Man, this guy could actually. I mean, last game was pretty telling. He put up 28 and 12, and people were still mad at him. He put up 28 and 12, and was the most efficient guy on our team. Actually, Scotty was in the end, but one of the most efficient guys. He wasn't very efficient. He put up 28 and 12, and he also had a triple double with 28 points and 12 rebounds. I think he had 8 assists, or was it the other way? It was 28, 12, and 8, something like that. And people were still mad at him. The front office is already trying to make changes. It's not 2K. Things don't happen in a day. These trades take weeks. Yeah, Siakam's been a bit strange tonight. He's had some looks and he's not taking them. He's not even trying to take them. It's strange. But hey, a lot of game left. Let's try to get back here. Let Randle cool off, weather the storm for a little bit. Just keep playing that one-on-one defense. He's not a player you got to fear like that. If he keeps hitting shots like that, it is what it is. Like, a guy got hot, you can't do nothing about it. All right, back in action here. 2:16 to go in the first. Brunson. One-on-one with OG. Little burp there. McBride for 3. Doesn't go. Finally, another miss by the Knicks. Trent to Barnes. Backing down Grimes. Double comes. Oh, nice spin by Barnes. Tough layup, though. No good. Rebound by Randle. What makes Scoot Henderson go good? Outstanding athlete. Good passer. Good finisher. He's been likened to Russell Westbrook. Brunson for 3. Short rebound by Koloko. OG at the rim. That's gotta score that OG. At the rim, and he airballs the layup. You gotta have a bit more presence of mind there to use your size and just lay it in easily. Randle. Double comes to Randle. You gotta double this guy. Oh, here's a good double. Swarm him there. Now out to shooters. McBride stops, gets the jumper up, no good, and can't quite corral the rebound here. It'll be judged to have gone off Toronto. It'll be a Knicks ball underneath the basket. (28-22). Hardenstein to Brunson. Brunson stops, gets the jumper up, and gets the bounce and puts it in. 4 points for Brunson. Barnes bringing the ball forward for the Raptors. Need a response here. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Barnes. Backing down Grimes. Hands off to OG. Back to Barnes. Boucher opened the corner for 3. Boucher connects with the 3-pointer. All right. Chris Boucher getting himself on the board. He's been struggling immensely from 3 this season, but that one goes. Brunson falls over, loses the ball. Here's Trent. Has a chance to just dunk it, and he will. He gets up and puts it down. Gary Trent can dunk. What do you know? Nice little 5-0 run here. Makes it some more respectable. Third time. Did I just catch a Lorenzo Insigne courtside? I believe he's the left side of the Knicks basket, like the basket the Knicks are defending, just to the left of it. Court side. I think I saw a wee little Italian man there. Nice defense there, forcing turnover by Barnes. Raptors have 4.5 seconds to heave up some sort of shot here. Nice defense on Randall there. See, like Randall's a good player, but I don't think you need to overreact to that early foray of shooting. 4.5 seconds. Raptors subbing a couple guys off just to, I guess, get some shooters in. That was all right. Evan Fournier playing basketball. Unbelievable scenes here. VanVleet inbound to Siakam. Siakam's going to have to heave it from half court. Gets it up, and it won't go. That will wrap up the first quarter. And, all right. Nice little run to close it out. 7-2 run in a couple minutes there. Some shots fall, and it is 30-27. All right. Weather the storm. Randall got hot, hit some tough shots. Very impressive. It is what it is. You're down by 3 after 1. We're in a good spot. I'm out of water already. I'll be right back, guys. Gonna get some water, and we'll go into the box score from the first quarter. Ain't nothing wrong with being hydrated. I promised myself I'd not get mad today at people in the not as much at people in the chat. All right, Raptors lost a point. Wait, what happened? We lost a point somewhere. Whose three? It must have been Boucher's. No, it wasn't Boucher's. Whose was it? It wasn't VanVleet. I don't know. They took three out. They took a point off somewhere. I don't know where, but a point has gone somewhere. 30-26 apparently in this game. Let's go into the box scores. So Siakam not really gotten going yet. Really weird one. He's had some chances to shoot. He's not taking them. VanVleet is 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3 for 7 points, shooting 50%. Good start for VanVleet. Weird one for Scotty Barnes, well, not doing much. OG, inefficient. Trent hitting some shots, and we've needed it. Weathering the storm of Julius Randle, shooting 6 for 8, 5 for 7 from 3, 19 points. Straight up, Julius got hot. There were players all over Julius Randle, and he still hit the shot. It is what it is. It's the shots. It is what it is. You weather the storm. Back in it for the second half here, which has already started. Knicks just scored there. Achua to Flynn, both of whom have entered the court. They're playing with Barnes, Boucher, and OG. Achua to the rim and puts in the tough shot past Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein's down. He looks in a lot of pain here. May have been hit in the eye somewhere. It's a 4-point game, but Hartenstein looks in extreme discomfort. We'll see what happened here as Achua went up. Oh, his hand came down and hit Hartenstein in the face. Yeah, that might hurt a bit. So another timeout here for the injury. We can go a little bit further into the stats since we got the time, and we'll take that opportunity. I mean, look, Randall just got hot. Like, it is what it is. There's defenders there. They're all over him, and he just flat out hits the shots. Not much you can say there. Turn to the team stats. Randall's going to inflate their three-point numbers. It's actually only at 54, but Randall's a big reason. 54 from the field. Raptors shooting 46 and actually 3 for 7 for 3. Good start to the game in that regard. Rebounding-wise, let's try to catch up a little bit over there. Give them a bit too much. Turnover-wise, Raptors, they forced those turnovers. 6 for them, 2 for us. It's a big way the Raptors stay in games. I want it to be the reason the Raptors win these games. I'm sick of just keeping in games with all these turnovers. Like, we forced 28 against the Bucks and still lost. That's crazy. You got to find a way to get stops even when it's not coming from turnovers. You got to find a way to just be a better offense overall when it's not in the full court setting. No, Randall's not even that good with three-point shooter. He's a fine three-point shooter, but he's not that good. It's just, look, sometimes a guy gets hot. You have weird starts. You have weird little stretches like that. It is what it is. It's nothing to be concerned about. And we signed a guy in a 10-day contract. If a guy's getting signed on a 10-day contract, there's a reason he's on a 10-day, right? He was in the G League. So it's not like this is a guy that's going to light your team on fire here. I don't know if he'll play. I don't really see. I mean, maybe there's a role for him somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe he just kind of takes the Juancho minutes. Maybe if you finally have a guy who can hit threes consistently, we'll see. All right, back from the injury timeout. Let's get this game going again. A little bit slow here. Last game was super slow paced because nobody could fucking hit a shot to save their life. So unfortunate situation where Boucher just comes down and hits the guy in the face. It's unlucky. But looks like Hartenstein's out of the game. Raptors looking for the trap here in full court. Okay, trap is cool. You got to get back, though. Fournier in mid-range gets it to go. So you trap, and then they break it, and then Fournier gets an easy shot. Should I carb load or give up carb entirely? Neither. Just find a healthy balance. Randall. One-on-one with Achua. Stay with him. Turnaround jumper. Nice. He doesn't shoot it, by the way. Kicks out to McBride, who is open. How the hell was McBride so open there? Everybody was accounted for. There was no need to double anywhere. How was McBride so open there? That's one that stinks. Boucher in the corner. Up fake this time after hitting one earlier. 37-28. Flynn. Looking for something. He's got two on the shot clock for Achua in mid-range. Just rims out there. Had to shoot that. Here come the Knicks with McBride. Gets it to Randall. Stay with him. Stay with him. There he goes. Achua one-on-one. Randall step back. Too strong this time. Rebound by the Knicks. Got to haul that one in. Quickly to Randall. Stay with him. There you go. Good defense. Randall fadeaway is good. I mean, tough shot. What are you going to do, man? 39-28. Knicks just pulling away from this one now. This lineup is really struggling out there. 7-0 run for the Knicks. When Fred comes off and the Raptors do well, it's all, wow, look how well they play without Fred. But when the lineup does horribly without Fred, it's crickets, man. I mean, look, the defense on Randall there is fine. There's a hand in his face. He's fading away. He's like lower than the baseline. Tough to stop that. What does Boucher really do? Emmanuel quickly driving inside. Layup is good. Another bucket falls. I don't know. Call a timeout? All right. Timeout called. So it was 3 points at, or it was 4 points after one. We were down by 4. It was 30-26. Since that point, they've scored 11 and we've scored 2. So just another day of Raptors basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot more wrong than his team than just Fred VanVleet. But he deserves some heat. I give him heat. He doesn't deserve all the heat. We're seeing how bad the bench is. People are constantly asking me, like, why the bench not play more? Should we play the bench more? This is what you get sometimes when the bench gets those extra minutes. Against the Pacers, the bench had 7 combined points. Against the Bucks, the bench had 7 combined points. Today, they've got 5 already. They've got 5 already. Damn, bro. He has an expiring contract and will want $30 million, which you're happy to pay him. Never said that. Also, not what we're talking about at all. That's a strange comment. Thoughts on the Fred review. I spoke about it earlier. Didn't like some of the things. Like some of the things. I'm going to talk about it more in tomorrow's video on this channel. If I were a nurse, I'd call to have the basket. That's so weird. The interview was good. The interview was a very entertaining interview. JJ Redick does a great job. Fred VanVleet you could tell how knowledgeable of the game he is overall. I like the kind of insights that he had. It was an interesting interview. It's a very entertaining listen. I would recommend it. The Old Man and the Three, JJ Redick's podcast. If you haven't checked it out, guys. Man, people just hate Fred. People just despise this guy. It's incredible. What do I watch the games on? Sportsnet or TSN. He was watching. Hey, I appreciate that. Listen, it's tough to watch the games, but I always have fun hanging out with you guys no matter what the score is. It's always cool to hang out with you guys. So I'm glad you kind of get value out of the stream, chatting with Raptors fans, chatting with me, hanging out. You know, it's a great spot to be, regardless of the way the Raptors are playing. It's always fun. If you guys are enjoying that, please be sure to drop a like. Support the channel, support the content, help us get on some more recommended pages. Easiest way you can do to support me. Content's free. All I ask, take a second out of your day, smash that like button. If you feel so inclined to watch more just like this, you can also subscribe to the channel. Along with these streams, I do videos all throughout the week about the Raptors. Well, it's not crazy to like Fred. I love Fred. I have a jersey. Jersey right over there. I love Fred VanVleet. He's to play a lot better, that's for damn sure. But I hate, like, you gotta separate the athlete from the person a bit. You don't hate the person because you're upset with the way he's playing. Like, that's just a shot clock's winding down, not his fault. But man, oh man, that's just a rough shot. Fournier out to Randall. Step back 3. This time it doesn't go. Good God. I was like, no way he hits that, man. Siakam is fouled going forward. Siakam, will he get shots for this? And Siakam, I believe is shooting. Is he shooting? I don't know. We'll see in a second. Nothing Fred could really do there. There's 2 on the shot clock, but yeah, it's just always him, isn't it? There have been some bad shots by Fred tonight, though. That wouldn't say that was one of them. Barnes, 1-on-1 with Brunson. It's a good matchup. Double comes. Who's open? You see Achua. Good look for three. He rushed that. I could tell as soon as he let go of it. He rushed that. So unsmooth, that jumper. Damn. Down by 13 here. Raptors need something. Brunson kicked to Hartenstein. Hartenstein finds a lane. Goes in. Nice defense by Pascal. Here's Achua to VanVleet. VanVleet to the rim. Wow. Tough bucket. And one for Fred. Being aggressive, getting to the rim. And gets the shot to fall. Who do I expect to get traded? I have no expectations, to be honest. I wish I did. I have no idea. I'd say the most likely to get traded is Fred, but I have no idea. I could see Trent getting traded. I could see Fred getting traded. Anybody else other than Siakam? I can't even rule out a Siakam trade. I find it unlikely. Same with OG. I can't rule it out though. And VanVleet misses the free throw. Can't make them all. Wow, we're 3 for 6. That ain't very good. Brunson, nice tip away by Fred. Out of bounds for a Knicks ball. Fred's looking good today. Gotta say, not every day he looks good, but today's one of those days. Oh, thrown away by Brunson. OG, full court to the rim, and he puts it down. SM, you just consistently look to say outrageous shit to try to get a reaction from me. That's why you got timed out. We're allowed to discuss basketball. We're allowed to have criticisms of players. I never said you couldn't. But when people blatantly go out of their way just to shit talk a player with no substance to it, other than just the fact that they want to shit talk a guy to get a reaction, that I have an issue with. Because that just decreases the quality of the chat and stream, which I don't want. And I have the ability to stop that. I have the decision making to be able to do that. If you got a problem with it, internet's great because you just click the X in the top corner and it's over. You're done. You don't have to watch. Robinson the line here. Raptors down by 11. The rule's always been the same. You're allowed to talk ill of the Raptors, talk ill of players, talk ill of me if you want. But if it's just straight up, just an attack, just to get a reaction, which it clearly is, there's the issue. That's all. And people typically know what they're doing when they do that stuff. And people always know what they're doing when they do that stuff. That's what I want, Jeremy. Look, the Amateur Hour Army, it's a community, man. And there is, I was looking for a metaphor. I don't really have. There's one I couldn't really say. If there's a lot of chef metaphors. There's a bad ingredient in the dish, but take it out. Brunson for 3, got it. The Raptors watch Avatar 2. I'm not watching Avatar 2. I didn't really like the first one. Wow, 46-32. I'm so numb to mediocrity that it doesn't even faze me that much. Trent, floater. That should have been a bucket. Weird game from Siakam, man. It's the second game in a row you're not getting much from him. Brunson, step back 3, got another one to fall. Well, now it's 49-32. All right. Raptors can't score or get stops. And here we are. Wow, what a weird... Not weird. What a bad game. I'm just so numb to this team now. Offensively, You're shooting 37. You're hitting 3 or 11 from threes. You've missed 4 threes in a row. Nobody can score if Siakam isn't doing it. Good grief. I'm so far beyond this team trying to be good. I seriously am. Team is definitely off. Look, they're 16 for 22. Fred's been the best Raptor tonight, along with Trent. I guess they've both been, but Fred's been fine tonight. We had 26 points after the first quarter. We scored 6. I can't get mad anymore because I'm broken, man. I know this team is bad now. Nurse's timeout, sure. Those need to be better. Barnes, step back 3. You really, really need to explain to me how you call a timeout. You called a timeout, which means you had like 1, 2, 3 minutes. Let's call it 1.5 minutes. As Siakam corner 3 is no good. You had like 1.5, 2 minutes of a break. You had all that time to make adjustments. More importantly, you had an ability to call a play out of that timeout. You probably drew up something to run out of the timeout. So the fact that you did those things and the first play out of the timeout is a Scotty Barnes step back 3 would indicate something's wrong. Siakam and 1. Bam. I like Scotty. He's not a three-point shooter, especially off the dribble. I really struggled to understand how that was the shot we came up with out of the timeout. That's all. Makes no sense, man. What about the year after Kawhi left, when the Raptors had the second best record in the league without Kawhi? Did he get carried? What about last season when the Raptors were projected to be a lottery team and they came 5th in the East? Kawhi didn't carry that team. Brunson. I'm okay with the Fred volume. The volume is not, it never been an issue. It's the quality. Another 3 drops for New York. It's 52-35. I had the Scotty over last game, Adam, and he had 0 after 3 and easily cleared in the end. Siakam fouled again. So a little bit more aggression here from Siakam now. Yada, I don't know, buddy. Fred in Dallas would be cool. It's just nothing cool comes back. I am prepared to sell on this season, yes, but I'm still supporting the team, of course. Thoughts on 40 Reddish? That's from Max in the Twitch chat. Fournier, I think he's overpaid. Stay away. Reddish would be an interesting flyer to take. But Reddish doesn't solve really much for this team. All right, Siakam at the line. Gets a couple there. It's a 15-point game. A lot of time left, but this team doesn't instill tons of confidence. Grimes out to Brunson, open for 3. Doesn't go. How is he that open, though? Don't worry about Kemba. Kemba's not the guy. Anybody thinking that? I said this earlier. Kemba's not that guy. Trent fouled. Thaddeus Young has checked in for the first time here. Guys, if you are enjoying the content, by the way, please make sure you are subscribe. Well, you can subscribe to Amateur Hour Sports for more Raptors content just like this and videos that come out all throughout the week, breaking down and analyzing this team. The least you can do if you're enjoying the content, though, is smash that like button, help support the channel, help get us on some more recommended pages. Only takes you a second to do, but it does help me out a lot. You got no idea. Raptors reportedly are extremely active in trade markets. So it looks like trades are on the way here. Thoughts on this game? I'm numb to how bad this team is. Because I don't even feel disgust with the performance. It's just kind of like we are what we are at this point, unfortunately. There's just inconsistencies offensively, inconsistencies defensively, lack of identity, man. I'm just out here supporting, having fun with you guys. And look, like, regardless of your opinions on, like, you thinking we should be winning games or losing games, this team wants to win. This team wants to win. What would I keep? I think there's multiple ways to go around it. As I mentioned, you can build around Siakam. Like, keep Scotty, keep Siakam. Robinson, Jesus Christ, look the fuck out. You could build around Siakam. That doesn't mean trade Scotty, but that means, take the core and then put the right piece around them with a fixation on getting the most out of Siakam in that system. I support that. There's a reality where you just go more long-term, get your massive haul for Siakam, build around Scotty long-term. Does that mean, as Fred lays it in, does that mean, keep OG and Trent with Scotty Barnes? That's a reality I can accept as well. I can accept the reality where it's Siakam. I can accept the reality where you bank on this core still and just do the kind of tank job you did in Tampa, where you didn't really make any significant trades to make you worse. You just strategically rested guys and everything. I think there's multiple ways to go around it. I don't know. It's tough for me to say which one's the best. Call up Decker and Thomas. Well, we signed Wieskamp, so there's a guy we signed to help with shooting. I don't know. I don't know what the trade's going to be. I don't know. Grimes for 3. This one's no good. Rebound by Robinson. There's just nobody there, man. Grimes in mid-range. Second chance points there. Back to a 15-point game. Hydrate. VanVleet to Thad. Out to Trent. Trent to Siakam. Loses it. And fouls. That's a take foul. Hard time moving Siakam before Sky for 5. I guess. But the Scotty plan would be a long-term plan. That wouldn't be your expectation to be good next year, right? That's fair. You'd have to accept being pretty bad for a while in that scenario. Again, I can accept these things. Charlotte are beating Milwaukee 43-17. Milwaukee are healthy, yes? Or not healthy, but they're as healthy as they were against us. Charlotte are beating Milwaukee 43-17, and we lost to Milwaukee? We lost to that team. Oh my God. Is Giannis playing? Giannis, the spread is too high. Giannis is definitely playing, right? Let me see. Giannis is playing. He's 0 for 3 from the field. It's the same team they brought to play us. Actually, Joe Ingles is back. And George Hill is back. Andrew Holiday's back. We lost to that Milwaukee team. This is a healthy Milwaukee team other than Middleton. What the we lost to them. Oh my God. Man. We stink, man. Plumlee 3 for 3. Oh my God. VanVleet to Thad. Back to VanVleet. Fred going up. Swatted by Robinson. Boucher rebounds. And he's fouled. Boucher will head to the line here. No, not really. We had an excuse then. Scary Terry was 17 in the first. Wow. We don't stink? I think we do, man. Well, the bench, you lost a lot of the depth to win a championship. Like, you lost a lot of your depth. You lost a lot of your assets. You're paying the price now. I can accept that. It's been a few years now and still not really enough help has been put around, but I can accept the hardships that we face in the trade markets as a result of having sold a lot to win the championship. Like, more than worth it, right? But, just top down in the roster, it's just not that good. Boucher layup is good. All right. Boucher chipping in a bit, end of the quarter, end of the half, 57-45. Long game left. Look, you saw what we did against Milwaukee. It's a long game. My faith in the team to come back has dwindled this season. However, please forgive me. McBride here. Flips it to Brunson. Randall defended by Siakam. Hands up here. Shot clock down. Hands up. Randall, tough shot, no good. Here come the Raptors the other way. Siakam feeds to Boucher. Boucher with another bucket. 10-point game. Okay. You make it 10. Let's get a stop here. It's 10 at half. It's a good fight back. A lot of game of basketball to go. Randall cannot get the shot in time. All right. Some good defense to end the half there. Some good offense. You just chip back a little bit into the game. You chip back a little bit. Top three options in a game-tying shot, game-winning shot. Siakam, first and foremost. If it's a three, Trent. If it's not Trent, it's probably still VanVleet. But I want like a play run for these guys. I don't want Siakam to take a step back fucking three with a guy all over him when you have 10 seconds to run a play like we did against Milwaukee. That's a frustrating thing. All right, guys. All right. Could be a lot worse. It still ain't very good, though. Raptors down 10 at half. It was a lot more than 10, but like I said, it could be much worse than this. You weathered an early storm from Randall. Randall had 19 first quarter points. He only got 3 in the second quarter, but yeah, he's gone 22. He got super hot from 3 to start the game. He started 5 for 6 from 3. He hasn't hit since then. Like I said, I'm not really worried about him taking those shots. If he wants to continue doing it, they're going to stop falling. Further down, Grimes is playing really well. Brunson looks pretty good out there. Overall, Knicks, the offense is kind of doing what they've been doing. They've been a good team the last month or so. They're continuing to play like that, last month or two. Raptors, on the other hand, there's still problems here. VanVleet having a good game. He's 5 for 10 from the field, 50%. He's got 11 points, 3 rebounds. He's doing a decent job out there. Tonight, you really cannot blame Fred. Gary Trent's 3 for 5. Barnes looking weird again. Like, it's just so strange what you're seeing from him. 0 for 3, only the 1 point. Siakam, another off game for him as well. Nothing that overly concerns me. He's got 7 points on 2 for 8. Along with that, though, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. So if he's not contributing from shooting, he is moving the ball a lot, really well today. Going to let's take a look at the bench. Bench has been an issue for the Raptors. Boucher is helping that today. He had a big second quarter. He's up to 9 points. 9 points is 2 more than the Raptors' entire bench had against the Bucks and 2 more than the Raptors' entire bench had against the Pacers. But 11 points overall there. And you know what? Look, even their bench isn't scoring that much. Further down into the team stats, they're shooting the ball extremely well. We're shooting the ball extremely poorly. That's the separation here. They're shooting above 50 from the field. They're shooting exactly 50 from 3. We're shooting above 40 from the field and exactly 25 from 3. So differences being made there, coupled with the extra rebounds they're getting. The rebounds that they're getting are kind of negating a little bit of the turnovers here. They have 8 turnovers to our 4. They cleaned it up a little bit in the second quarter on the turnover metrics, but they're just shooting the ball better, flat out. And that is the separation that you have at this point in the game. Reminder, guys, to make sure you have liked the stream if you are enjoying the content. Let's try to get to 100 likes on today's stream. And if you want to see a live stream like this for every Raptors game and videos throughout the week that break down and analyze this team, you got to be subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports. Again, join the Amateur Hour Army today. All right, 57-47. Good little catch-up. Like start to a comeback to end off that half. Just get the offense flowing second half. And this one is not incredibly out of reach here. Identity-wise, it's funny. That's the title of my video yesterday. But yeah. Siakam from Mobley, Love in the first. Would I make this trade? I have a question if Cleveland would make that. Would I make that? Man, that makes them a superpower. I'm not sure if I'd do that. That's tough. It's enticing. Love is whatever. Love is like a solid player, but you let it expire. But you build around Mobley and Scotty. I think you may have to do that if that's offered. It wouldn't happen, but you may have to do that. I kind of want to start at this. So I've gotten like a concerning amount of replies in the last week or so that are blaming the Raptors installing screens at the OVO Athletic Center, the Raptors practice facility. I'm getting a lot of messages suggesting that the screens are the reason why the Raptors are playing poorly. What? So if you guys don't know, the OVO Athletic Center installed screens at their practice facility, which allows them to look at film, look at stats, look at metrics, and just overall help their game while they're on the practice court looking at the big screens on the walls. It's a really good thing. It's designed to provide them better analysis of their game while they're on court. They can look at tape and replicate things and work on things while they're on court with this stuff on the wall. It's only seems like a positive could come out of that. How in the hell can anything about what those do be a negative? Gets in their head. What does that even mean? It gets them in their head. What does that even mean? Overthinking what? That doesn't make that does not make any sense. What do you mean what are they overthinking? Their form? What? This is just I don't know. Somebody please what negative does having instead of sitting in a room and working and looking at tape, you can be on the court and look at tape. It does not make any sense to me whatsoever. When you play, you need not to think. What the fuck does that have to do with a screen at the practice facility? It's an info overload. They're going to get this info one way or another. And what info? Too much information is probably... It is not. It's not, though. These are all just... Info has gotten us to where the NBA is today. It is the highest... It is the highest scoring era we've ever been in because teams are more efficient than they've ever been, because they're taking better shots than they ever have, because they know what the better shots are. This is weird. Info overload is weird. It's the same as a video session, but instead you can work on the things on court instead of having to revisit stuff when you get there. It's just a strange argument. I think just people need to. I think people need to just kind of embrace the fact that like guys are underperforming. There doesn't need to be like a rhyme or reason for that. There doesn't need to be one holy grail type thing, holy being that is causing these things. I just think guys are shooting poorly. I don't think a screen at practice is making Fred VanVleet shoot 32% from three. It's very strange. I think it's just, I legitimately think it's just looking for an excuse, which I don't think they are. Yeah, like if you look at scoring in the 2000s, what's changed? Information. Information has changed because now we have so much information. If you're not a star player, you don't shoot twos unless it's a layup or a dunk. Star players shoot mid-range because they can hit those well enough. And role players shoot threes. That's the efficient way to score. That's why the NBA is at the highest scoring point it's ever been in, because we have the information. We have this information that allows teams to score better and more efficiently. You cannot convince me anything of like you cannot make an argument against what I just said. Why the league is at its most efficient scoring ever. We are just like, the further you go into the history of sports, the more you get closer and closer to like perfection. You know what I mean? Like records. Let's take like a pretty simple example is like the 100-meter sprint, the Olympic event, the athletic event. From like early 1900s, we could see the world record being just like smashed and smashed and smashed. But as we get further along in history, the margin of the records being broken are more fractional. So from wide ranges, they become the margins of what records are being broken are becoming more shrunken down. So like Usain Bolt's world record is 9.58 seconds. It's the rate at which that record's be broken is going to open up likely, and the ability to break that, the margin of breaking that is going to be minuscule when it happens. Because I mean, like there is some limitation to what humans can exert. So you cannot run 100 meters in 5 seconds. It just is never going to happen ever. But can you run it at 9.56? Like, yes. It's just we've seen such a wide sample now. I mean, as maybe technology, training, understanding of the human body gets better and better, maybe we'll see people break this, but you won't see like those astronomical sizes and record broken. My point is, and translating this to the NBA, like how far can we go in this scoring era that we have here? If you add in a 4-point line, then that just blows things open, but I don't know if they're ever going to do that. What I'm saying from a scoring standpoint here is that we've really unlocked a lot of how NBA teams can score more and produce more from an offensive standpoint in these games. But how high can we go? Like, no, and you cannot score 300 points in an NBA game. One team cannot score 300 points. Thank you so much to Dom for subscribing. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Amateur Army. There's going to be a certain cap on things eventually here, but we're constantly pushing the boundaries and pushing the envelope to see how we can make teams even better and fixating on specifics of the game, not an overall game plan, not a like in 2005 where you had one game plan, you stuck to it all game. Those days are gone. The in-game adjustments have really taken over now what the NBA is. There's constant in-game adjustments. If you don't make those adjustments, you're going to get beat down. The team that makes those adjustments, the better adjustments, is going to win the basketball game. So the information that we have right now is the best it's ever been, which is why it's the best overall basketball it's ever been. We're not seeing, well, I mean, that Bucks Raptors game with such a low scoring first, it's both teams still hit 100 points. You know, when I grew up, like now they do like those promos of the game where you get a free pizza slice if the team misses a field goal or a free throw in the fourth quarter, or if like the Raptors hit 12 threes, whatever. Do you know when I grew up what the promotion was? If the Raptors got to 100 points in the game, you got a free slice of pizza. Can you even fathom 15 years ago, the promotion was if the Raptors got to 100 points. Nowadays, every night, every team hits 100 points pretty much. It's crazy how far the league has come, and it's all thanks to the information that we have on the sport. We'd bankrupt pizza now. And that'd be a very good service to the world. But the screens, this is about the screens. The screens provide information on how to be better. Information has gotten the NBA to the point of where we are today. So if you could present the information that allows for a higher success rate in theory on the court, you are doing nothing but good by doing that. It's just an excuse. It's just this lines up with us struggling. It must be that, but it isn't. It cannot be. It just absolutely cannot be. I can't believe I just read that. Difference in consuming info and its after fact versus in real time during practice. That negatively affect the player's focus. That's just a theory, though. There's nothing that suggests that is true. And I would very much argue against that being fact. Look, I'm not telling you your opinion's wrong. I disagree with it. I think people are just looking for answers in the wrong places as it comes to this. If you can have the info on the court while you're actually working on the thing, that's the best thing to do it. Like what would be the sense of me doing something wrong for 2 hours straight, then after the fact saying, hey, you need to do this instead? Well, that's 2 full hours I could have been working on this stuff. Instead, I have to do it next time. Why was I working on the bad thing for 2 hours straight when I could have had the information in real time? Information is power. Information is everything. Information is success. That's how I feel. Yeah, I mean, I can understand people don't believe in tanking. I don't like using the tanking word, the T word. It's just, yeah, because it's just like you don't want that for the players, but this rate, like, it's just better for the team if maybe you do focus on the draft. You know what I mean? Scores of the NBA disallows physical defense. Bro, we are not seeing this dramatic of an uptick because defense isn't as physical as it used to be. We're seeing an uptick at scoring because you don't have guys trying to just fucking isolate in mid-range all game. And also, I mean, the shot clock difference made a bit of a swing, but the league is more efficient than it's ever been. And it's more efficient than ever been because people are taking better shots. And people are taking better shots because they have the information of what's a better shot and what's a bad shot. That's like, I don't even feel like that can be negotiable. Second half started, by the way. I didn't realize. I'm not trying to just say like that, like an opinion is wrong there. But the league is at its most efficient because people are taking better shots. They're shooting much less in mid-range. They're shooting much less in mid-range because the information is there that those are bad shots. Like why do you see so few mid-range attempts in the NBA now compared to 10, 15 years ago? It's not because defenses are less physical. In fact, less physical defenses would lead to more shooting in mid-range because you'd be open more often in mid-range. All right, let's get in for the second half. these things just pique my interest. It's very interesting to look at the evolution of the game and how teams find different ways to win. Will we see like maybe will information come out about defensive strategies that will break this kind of scoring? I feel like scoring is only going to go up, but will we get to a point where scoring goes back down because of all these defensive things? How is there not a foul on Siakam there? See you later, Adam. Will we find new strategies and see, ebbs and flows of scoring? It's all up in the air. Randall for in mid-range, no good. All right. 10-point game. VanVleet to Barnes. Inside pass, OG. Nice feed from Barnes, and OG puts it in and one. When was the last time we had an alley-oop? I don't know. Oh, sure. Appreciate that. Not everybody agrees with me, but glad. You don't have to agree with me. It'd be boring if everybody agreed with me, but appreciate that. ABA had a lot of points. SM. Oh, wait till I tell you why. ABA adopted the 3-point line first. 3-point shot. A lot more efficient than a 2-point shot. They scored more because the shots are more efficient. Shots are more efficient because new information was out there. Gary Trent for 3. Got it in transition. Raptors back into this game a little bit. 59-54. I don't even know if that's true of the ABA uptick in scoring, but if you say they are, well, there's a pretty easy way to suggest why. They were able to score more points on a shot than the NBA was. The Sunday matinee game against Bears. What does that even mean? Well, Raptors right back in this game, though. 59-54. Couple big buckets there. Nice 3 in transition for Gary Trent. And the outlook on the game is a little bit different here. It means nothing if you can't keep it going, but that nice little I'm not calling it a comeback, but a little fight back at the end of the second half, proving its worth here because we're out to a hot start for the third quarter. We're in this game again. If I could keep pressure, Gary, who are you taking? I feel like we don't have enough of players like Trent. I probably have to go him, and he's further along. That's a tough one, though. Basketball has had the science applied to it now. Which I true about Stockton, but the game is not better because there's more scoring. Well, that's the game is not better because there's more scoring. That's subjective. Teams are better. Like it or not, teams are better. If they weren't better, they wouldn't do this stuff. If it was better to isolate mid-range all game, like 90s, early 2000s, then teams would do that. But they don't because they'd lose every game. It's subjective. You think like this is like it's completely subjective if you think that this version of basketball is not as pleasing to the eye as that version. Subjective, warranted. It was cool watching guys cook in mid-range. Me personally, I like pushing the envelope. I like looking for new ways to win and better ways to win. But the teams are better now. Teams would, like a team of today would throttle a team from 20 years ago. Absolutely throttle them. Because that's the pace. It would not be sustainable for a team of a different era. But these are the plays that define eras. These are all differences. It doesn't mean players back then were bad. It just means we have different information, different ways of thinking, different ways of playing. That all factor in. It doesn't like it may not be pleasing. I'm not saying it has to be, but this is how you win. This is how teams win. Is it cooler to watch a guy cook in mid-range, score like 22? Yeah, but a guy who's driving and kicking all game is winning basketball. And at the end of the day, you want your team to win. That's how they win. Brunson loses it. Here come the Raptors the other way with VanVleet. VanVleet layup puts it in. Nice play there by VanVleet. And all of a sudden, 59-56. 7-0 run by the Raptors. Yeah, it's preference. It's fine, of course. Sometimes it could be a little bit stale watching it like this, but it's just kind of the way it is. Oh, Randall responds, throws it down. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with liking how basketball used to be. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to explain from my perspective why it is the way it is today. And the bottom line, like I said, like I've been saying all along, is information. Information is not a bad thing. VanVleet to Trent for 3. It's good. Gary Trent getting hot to start the second half. Man, just trying to suck the life out of everybody. People getting excited. I hate when people try to ridicule people for getting excited about a game. Trying to, as Grimes responds with 3. God damn. The worst possible thing I think somebody can do is try to tell you how you should emotionally manage your happiness. Like if you're happy about something and somebody tries to rob it of you, it's actually disgusting. Nice bucket there. Another great play there by Fred. Fred is having a really, really good game today. Brunson, floater, no good. Rebound, Siakam. Here he comes the other way. In between the legs. And picks up his dribble. Travel's called. It looks like he just pivoted. Was that? I want to see that in slow-mo. Let's see. Okay, let's... Oh, they're not going to show it. That was a great take by Fred. Fred's having a nice game. Like him or not, he's having a good game. 7 for 13 with 15 points. Yes, he's 1 for 4 from 3, but he's above 50% from the field. Randall. Kick out to Grimes for 3. Wow, man. Grimes is so good. OG wanted a foul. He won't get it. 67-61. Back in the game, though. OG in the corner. Come on, OG. Responds with a 3. Let's go, OG. 67-64. OG talking a little bit of shit there. Keep it up, man. I get fired up when I talk shit when I'm playing sports. Brunson, turn around. Lobs it to Robinson. Scotty got a little bit lost there. VanVleet. Kick out to Siakam. Go at him, Siakam. That's Brunson. Nice spin off of Grimes, but he's fouled by Robinson. Siakam heading to the line there. There's so many tools for this guy. Sam really struggling tonight, though. He's 7 points, got 8 rebounds, 5 assists, but he's 2 for 9 from the field. If Siakam, we can just get him going, man, oh man, he can have a monster game. Yeah, Barnes had 0 points through 3 quarters last game. He's got 1 tonight. I'm sick of hearing it's the team's fault. Like, he gets the ball enough. He can score more than he's scoring. I got a lot of comments like blaming the... You're out there playing like 35 to 40 minutes. You're getting the ball a ton. You got to manufacture ways to score the ball a bit more. Can there be questions about is the team using him as much as they could or should? Sure, but he's had tons of the ball. I'm not seeing any lag on my end. This is weird. Sorry if there's lag. Unfortunately, I can't control it. OG on Brunson. Now Randall. VanVleet on. Tough matchup here for Fred. Randall passes off to Quickly. No good on the 3. Nice board by Siakam. 9 rebounds for Pascal. Gets it to Fred. Cycle back up. Fred in mid-range. That's a bad shot. He's always got those. Even when he's playing well, he's got those bad ones. Siakam floater off the mark. Man, those are the ones Siakam been hitting all season. Siakam just can't get the shots going tonight. He's 2 of 10 from the field. Brunson layup and one. Wow. Oh. Siakam's off for sure. 2 straight games. Oh, Scott, I mean, guys are bad games. Just make a bad player, but we need him. Siakam has a lane here. Can he get going? Kicks it out to OG instead. Didn't have a lane, really. OG. Nice feed. Koloko makes the layup. Yeah, I can give Siakam a pass for sure. I agree with you, Mr. KNPI. Who you say that? Scotty's addressing these things, but they're not being addressed in the court. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He's got to be more aggressive. Randall loses it. That'll be over and back. It'll be a Raptors ball here. If I could have some statistical evidence that Fred never passes to Gary, that'd be interesting to see. It is maddening. That's a good word, man. It would be. It is maddening. All right, what can we get out of Pascal? He's got 9 points. Raptors right in this game down by 4. VanVleet to Trent. Fred just passed to Trent, by the way. Trent for 3. No good this time. It is very crucial. You could fall apart. You could take the lead. A whole host of things happen. Grimes to the rim. Misses. Layup. Wow, Harden does a great job to fight for it, but the Raptors eventually get it back. Here they come the other way. VanVleet to the rim. Misses. Rebound to OG. Gary Trent for 3. Misses. Good looks there. Rebound bad at the Fred. Good hustle there. Shot clock back to 14. Fred inside. Tough layup, and he's fouled by Hartenstein. Nice play there by Fred. Best Veal Parmesan? I don't know. Not a question for me. Best veal parm in Sudbury. Tony V's, baby. They're just finding the right spots to use Koloko, I find. He's a little like he's not a 35-minute play. But you find a nice like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of spots that suit Koloko. Been working well. There is something to be said about some lineups that do work with him, though, that you could experiment with a bit more. Centers, other than DeAndre, and yeah, they definitely have fun against us. I also agree. He's doing a great job using him. How good is California sandwiches? I've never been there. I've heard some good reviews. All right, 72-69. Fred can make it a 2-point game, and he does. Fred playing really, really well tonight, guys. He's 7 for 15 with 17 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Brunson feeds it to Randall. Fred on him. Fred staying with him. The foul's been called. A 3 in the key. So I think that's a tech there. I don't know who was on. It might have been Koloko. 3-second violation on Christian Koloko there. Unfortunate, but it is a tech. It will be a free throw here. California chicken cutlet. I'll keep that in mind. Koloko has definitely been a really good pick. He's just still not ready for the amount we play him. You just have no choice. But great pick, it's looking like. Great pick. To be this far, like centers take a while to develop too, and he's this far along already. It's impressive. It's very impressive. Brunson switches on to OG. They're picking on VanVleet a bit. It's not really working though. Hartenstein out to Grimes. Another open three for Grimes. This time no good. Great job on the glass by Siakam. He's at double-digit rebounds in this game despite the struggles offensively. Siakam to Trent. Trent layup, tough shot, no good, but Koloko throws in the rebound, and the Raptors are in a 1-point game. Should be an easy double-double for Siakam tonight with the rebounds, but we need the points to be more efficient if we want to win this game. Brunson to Randall for three. That's his first three since the first quarter, when he started 5 for 6, and he responds to make it 76-72. Let's get to 100 likes, everybody. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure, take a second out of your day and do drop a like. We're 17 likes away from that triple-digit goal. And along with that, if you are enjoying the content so far and you want to see a watch party like this for every Raptors game, join people like the recent subscriber Dom, and join the Amateur Hour Army. Live stream watch parties like this. And on top of that, videos all throughout the week, all about the Raptors, all the time. Almost like it's like 6-7 days a week of content. Koloko in time, a lot of potential there. I'm excited for sure. No, Randall, I wasn't like overly concerned. He was taking bad shots. They were just falling. He's a good player. He's not that good. Just let the natural processes take their course. They were all contested. Like, there wasn't anything we could do about those buckets in the first quarter. There were hands in the face. You know, considering the Raptors, it was like 59-42. It looked like the game was going to go away. They've done an admirable job to fight back into this one. Box score for Scotty. He has no field goals. He's 1 point, and he has 3 assists, and he has 3 rebounds. Like, I don't care how you're being utilized. That's straight up not good enough. Straight up. Like, how can you defend that, man? But then he had, like, the game against Milwaukee where he scores 19 points in fourth quarter overtime. Alvin Lindsay's new. He's getting better. I'm not really listening to this stuff, so I have no strong opinions on Alvin because I'm mostly listening to myself, which can be maddening at times. Koloko will have has a brighter future, but he's already like a solid player. Had California sandwich. It was messy, kind of mid. Maybe try other items. Interesting. We'll keep in mind. The amount of people at the stream has nothing to do with lag, and there's like very few people who've said anything about it. Could just be your stream. I don't know what to say. Could be your internet. Let me see how it looks on mine. I think it looks fine on my end. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't control whatever it is. All right. Gary Trent for 3. No good to start, to come out of that timeout. Jalen Brunson is fouled. 76-72. California Sand is dependent on which shop you go to. Vaughn at 407 area. Interesting. I can go to that place. You know what? I'm gonna take up your guys' suggestion. I might try some California sandwich, chicken cutlet. Brunson for 3, drops another one. I'm not much of a, I don't buy steaks much, but if I do, I just go to the keg. Reliability. Lot 88, though. Maybe if I ever run by it, I'll keep in mind. VanVleet. Ooh, sidestep 3. Oh, man. He broke Randall's ankles there. He broke his ankles. Boucher, corner 3. Come on. Doesn't go for Chris. And the Knicks extend the lead again. It was a close game. It was an important few minutes to end the quarter. Brunson rims out that 3. Come on. Get back in this game here. You're in distance here. 79-72. VanVleet. Layup. He's fouled. He nearly gets the end one, but he's out of bounds. Sorry, it's a foul. He'll head to the line here. 7 likes away from 100, guys. Please make sure you're joining and liking and subscribing. Lag is real. I just hit back a few seconds. Okay, so I guess that's a good way. I mean, not ideal for timing, but if you go back like a few seconds, if there's lag on the stream, it comes through a bit cleaner. Okay, that's good to know. If anybody wants to do that. Not ideal, but like again, I can't do anything about the internet, unfortunately. I would like to wire into the internet, but I'm the router is bottom floor. I'm on the top floor. I do my best. Jeff Dowden checking in. Let's see what he can do. He's had positive signs. I think he's underutilized. He's had some positive signs with the team. Hot with the jalapeno. Will do. We'll actually keep this in mind. I'd love to try it. McBride tipped by OG. Banton, they just stopped using him flat out. He's with the 905 now. I mean, I don't see him as a difference maker on a consistent basis. So getting more reps with the 905 is probably better for him. Brunson fouled there. Is this bonus situation? Doesn't look like it's bonus situation. Banton here in street clothes. It's just like there's not enough consistency. Grimes to inbound. Raptors could use a stop here. 1:12 to go. Timeout call. Nice job of the Raptors, nearly forcing a 5-second violation. It is 79-74. If your mindset is tanking, then the best way to tank is playing a close game, hard fought, seeing some good performances, and you fall short. That's the best way to tank. You get exciting play, guys develop, maybe boost trade value. But if you're like on the side of winning, the Raptors are within the reach of this game. Now, if you're tanking, then you would want, Barnes to hit a field goal in the first 3 quarters of a game. But it looks like we're going to get back-to-back games where he doesn't do that. But overall, you're right here in this game. It's 79-74. You're right here. Make sure to do your all-star voting today, by the way, guys. There was a girl hiding her face. I actually didn't see that. There was a girl hiding her face because he wasn't with her guy. That's hilarious. Yo, if whoever saw that, rewind that. I didn't see it. Rewind that. Post it to Twitter. See if you can blow it up and get her exposed. Of all places to cheat on somebody with. In an area where you're congregating with tons of people your age who live in the city, not a great place to do it. Grimes for 3 again, no good. Rebound. Nice job by OG. Here come the Raptors again. It's a 5-point game. We're right here. She covers so quickly. I wish I saw that. Foul? Fred, past McBride, has a lane, and he's blocked on the layup. Good move there. It's a good defensive play. VanVleet, one in the shot clock, gotta heave. Oh, Fred gets the bank. We'll take it. About time this guy got a bit of luck, and we're here, 79-77. Banks open late for Friday night, everybody. Cash those checks. 30 seconds to go. Brunson kicking out. Nice feed to Grimes. Kicks it out to McBride. That was a good pass, too. McBride out to Grimes. Wow, this is some good ball movement. Down, stay on him. Brunson kicks. Why is he open? Grimes missed the three, but why was he so open? Robinson stripped. Raptor basketball. Wow. Here we go. 8 seconds. Can we tie or take the lead here? VanVleet is fouled. All right, VanVleet calls a foul. His head to the line with a chance to tie the game. What a game by Fred VanVleet tonight. Why is it slow for me? Number one, I'm watching on a stream, which is behind real time. So that's first of all. Number two, what you're seeing of me is not what I'm actively doing live in real time. There is a latency delay from the stream output being sent to YouTube, which can be like 10 to 30 seconds. It is out of my control, is what it is. Freddie, 2 free throws to tie the game. Raptors were down 79-72. It just looked like the game might have been going away from them. But instead, here we are, 79-78. I can't let one game dictate my thoughts on a guy ever. We've seen a lot of Fred this season not play well. But could this be the step in the right direction? Potentially it could be. A lot of Fred support today. We've seen him in the high usage roles not play well this season as well. That being said, tonight, keep giving this guy the damn basketball. He's playing spectacularly. Fred, chance to tie it up at the second free throw. 5.3 seconds here. And misses the free throw. Fuck. Chance for the Knicks the other way. And quickly is fouled at the buzzer. Let's see that. If you want to tone down lag on the stream, yes, you can also reduce the quality. Take it down from HD down to 720. I don't know what I output it in, actually. You can also do... You go back like 10 seconds. That's another way you can do it. My apologies, guys. I do my best here. You're in pants, or your streams are super far behind. Well, there you go. It works out, I guess. Some people it works out, some people it doesn't. I can't please everybody. But I hope you guys just enjoy the show along the way. I don't know how it's a foul, but it is. Knicks at the line here. If you guys, again, are enjoying the content, please remember to smash that like button. We're getting close to 100 likes on the stream. Easiest way to support the channel. Help us appear on some more recommended pages as we get down to the nitty-gritty of this game. VanVleet, full court heave, off the mark. All right, end of the third quarter. I'm going to head to the bathroom. Raptors down by 3. I'm going to head to the bathroom and just get a little bit of a breather. I'll be right back. We'll go through a bit of the box score if we have time and get you ready for the fourth quarter. Can the Raptors get over the line and win this game against the Knicks? Have we ever led? I don't know. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's get into the box score here. Talk about what we've seen from the game so far. So rare off night for Siakam. Unfortunately, comes in back-to-back games. 2 for 10 from the field. 9 points. Very strange. At least he's coming through the rebounds. He's coming through the assists, and he can be a factor late on. 2 games in a row where you're getting a really good night from Fred. What can be said? He's got 23 points on 8 for 19 shooting. He's really helped this team tonight. It's been a big deal having Fred VanVleet out there. He's being aggressive. It's inefficient again, but it's aggressive, and it's helping this team stay in this game. Trent also having another good game. OG looking good. Bad night for Scotty again. He's 0 for 3 from the field after 3 quarters. He's got 1 point in 3 quarters. You can't tell me this is just his role with the team. He's got to do more and be more aggressive. We saw it against the Bucks in the fourth quarter. Can we see it against the Knicks in the fourth quarter as well? Randall cooled off dramatically since the early flurry of threes. Overall, though, the Knicks are shooting better. Raptors hustling more, though, and that has been the difference that has allowed them to get back in this game. Forcing more turnovers, really bringing the rebounding back to even. Hustle is the only thing the Raptors know at the moment. Let's get going here. What's Barnes side? 1-3-3, pal. Ain't great. Listen, we can't switch up one game. One game does not define everything. It's everything taken in the wide sample. Sorry, I realized I gotta check something. Fuck. 83-78. Savage 9 points plus 2. It's actually pretty interesting. Let's get him going, though. He's got to do more for us. Siakam 1-on-1 with Robinson. Decides to take the deep 2. No good. Those shots just aren't falling from today. That they have been. Knicks have won in Toronto in 7 years. Holy shit. Let's make sure tonight isn't the first. Puts it up quickly, and he's fouled. So Knicks just taking a little bit of a run here again. Well, I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with Fred. I wouldn't say it has everything to do with Fred. I think it's part of the problem, the way he's played this season. It's not everything, though. It's not nothing, though. All right, quickly at the line, extending the lead here to 6 points. A lot of time in this game. What can we get? Quickly on the second free throw. And quickly gets both. 85-78. Barnes to Trent. Can we get going? Down 6. Gary Trent mid-range. Tough shot. Doesn't go there. Fournier. We're on the iPhone 7. That's a funny way to look at it. Quickly to Hartenstein. Nice block by Koloko. Robinson gets the rebound, though, and is fouled. This game ain't Fred. Last game wasn't Fred either. Fred had a 28-12 night. $10:37 to go. Knicks just mounting up a lead again. Really bad start to the fourth after a very good third quarter. An unusually very good third quarter. First free throw good for Robinson. Come on. Come on. Yeah, in context, look, it wasn't a phenomenal night for him. 28-12 is nothing to scoff at. It was inefficient. I don't disagree. It was 8 for 23 from the field. It was the best Raptors performance by a good margin. Scotty having 1 point and 0 field goals is a problem tonight for sure. Barnes step back. He's 0 for 4 from the field now. 87-78, 89-78. I mean, it was right there. It was right there. We were in this game. And now it's 11. Out of nowhere, it's 11. Everything we fought for is right there, right back to them. It's just not scoring, man. Oh, good God. It's just not surprising. It's just, I can't get mad. I just can't get that mad. Not our season. It really isn't. It really isn't, man. Finding ways to lose. 10-0 run, yeah. Oh. Went for a bowl. What the fuck happened? Oh, Jesus. Do I want them to win? That's the thing. The guys are out there on the court trying to win the game. Guys are out there hustling to win games. I'm supporting the guys. I mean, look, if a loss is closer towards a good draft pick, it is what it is. If the guys I'm supporting win a game, also is what it is. I'm accepting both outcomes at this point. I wouldn't call it a win-win, but I've accepted what we are. I've accepted us for who we want to be. Scotty scores when he wants to, not because he feels like it. That's like the same thing, isn't it? Went to get some Laziz from the fridge. Go back to the fridge, bro. I think we're just bad. That Milwaukee game showcased Elephant Chunky, what a name. That game against Milwaukee showcased that this team wants to win. You think a team that's tanking would mount a 21-point comeback in just over 3 minutes? That team wanted to win. They were desperate to win that game. We suck, man. We're just a bad basketball team, it looks like. This team wants to win. You can't convince me the guys out there are not trying to win. There's not one shred of evidence suggesting that they're out there not trying to win. Players don't tank. Organizations tank, but players don't tank. Jason Choi, welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying the content. You subscribe yourself to a watch party like this every Raptors game and videos all throughout the week all about this team. Thank you again, Jason. Barnes, foul called on Fournier. Barnes 0 for 4 with 1 point tonight. Just under 10 minutes to go in the fourth. It is the Knicks after all. That's true. Look, Barnes is playing poorly tonight. There's a variety of reasons why we're losing. One of them is that, but like there doesn't need to be one scapegoat every time. Barnes going up in fouls, so chance to add on to the 1 point he has. The loss could result in a Scotty Barnes level prize. I mean, it could. Aggressive take there by Scotty. Look, he's getting to the rim. We need more of that. First free throw, good for Scotty. He's up to 2 points tonight. Barnes just both free throws. Can that just ignite him a little bit here? Who said Scotty Barnes wasn't not the struggle? Certainly wasn't me. Fournier for 3, no good. Rebound by OG. And I'm not like defending old bums. I'm criticizing them as well. Nice play by Fred to Scotty inside, who throws it down. What a feed by Fred. And hopefully that's the spark that gets Scotty going in this game. What a move by Fred there. Great stuff. Barnes maybe coming alive for the fourth. We've seen him a lot more aggressive. And those sort of cuts, like getting yourself in good areas, those go a long way to getting those points down that we haven't seen from him tonight. Getting in an area like that, you've got the talent that you can find that can find him down low. Is it unfair for me to say that Pascal era ended in 1920? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, look at last season. It's all NBA. No problem. Hitting like before you go, no problem. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we win. I donate 100. Sukman. I hope so. I believe when I see it. You don't have to, of course, but if you want to, let's hope for a win then. Carson Carpenter, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining the Amateur Hour Army by subscribing. Subscribe yourself to a watch party like this for every Raptors game, and also you subscribe yourself to videos all throughout the week, all about this team. Like I said, a win is supporting this group who's desperately trying to win out there. A loss is a higher percentage on Tankathon in the morning. I haven't opened Tankathon yet. There will be the first day I open Tankathon. I have not gone on Tankathon yet this season. Bulls won. Hornets will win. Apparently the Pistons were winning. So if you're fully on Team Tank, well, Pistons are losing now. Hornets were up by like 30 on the Bucks. I wouldn't put it past them. No, the Hornets are up by 24 in the third. Yeah, if you're fully on the tank, might be a good day here. Bulls won. Sense of contention, I think that's over. I mean, yeah, this team's not contending anytime in the next few years. Always an infinite amount of possibilities, though, of course. Fourth quarter, Scotty, we'll see. This draft class is so legit. It's getting hard tonight losing. Me as well. Look, I'm like I said, I'm fine with losing. I have no problem with it. It's a top tier draft class. Like the prospect of possibly getting Scoot or Victor are there. You probably don't though. But maybe you get what are the twins? The Thompson twins. You can get one of those and you're happy with either of those. It's an elite draft class at the top. There's a lot to like about it. And adding a play like that, yeah, it is tempting. 92. Oh, I spoiled it. 89-82. They're going to hit a 3. Robinson to Fournier. Kicks out to McBride. Extra. Oh, no. Fake pass. McBride drills a 3. There you go. There you go. Fred's not been the problem tonight. Far from it. He's been mostly the solution, I'd say. Fred to OG. Fred for 3. This one doesn't go, though. No idea to play. Of course. A lot of variance with draft picks. Guy with red hair flaming us. McBride, speaking of red hair, wow, another 3 for McBride. And that just kind of blows the game open. 13 points. Siakam layup and foul. He'll head to the line here. Siakam only on 9 points tonight. Masai never completely busted a lottery pick. I mean, yeah, there's been some bad ones. There's been some not good ones. Like DeRozan was excellent for the spot. Pirtle was not good. JV was fine. That was more of, yeah, you got your center. JV was a good pick. Terrence Ross was kind of a miss. I know he had that 51-point game or whatever, or 52, whatever it was. He doesn't like straight up bust, though, I guess. It's kind of hard to. Double-double for Siakam now. He's got 11 points. 95-84. Knicks just taking it to us. I mean, it's been close. It's been tied, or I don't even know if it's been tied. Another bucket for quickly. I don't even know if the Raptors have led tonight, guys. Largest lead. Raptors were up by 2, like, I think very early in the first quarter. Sharp Simons for Siakam. You know what? I don't put it past Portland for wanting to chase that, but gotta be. I'd have to get a pick. I think I'd have to get one pick there. I don't know. Simons is an efficient. Is a guy who can score at the rim. There's some intrigue to that. I see the criticism for a smaller guy. I think it's valid. But it's still hot and wanted. I mean, these guys are still gonna be hot and wanted. Like you think teams are gonna not want OG at the end of the year? You're crazy. Every year, everybody wants him. 97-85. We're just preparing for our 1-minute comeback again, of course. McBride for 3. This one's no good. Rebound by Barnes. So, yeah, sorry. Barnes, nice feed to OG. Got to go up there, and OG lays it in. Back to a 10-point game with 7 minutes to go. It ain't out of reach. It's far, but it's not out of reach. We got him right where we want him. Coloco's draft wasn't a lottery bust, which is what we were talking about. Caboclo is as big of a draft bust as you can have, but it wasn't a lottery bust, which we were alluding to. Another bucket there for Randall. And maybe get LaMelo. Shot, you have to trade you'd have to trade a lot. Too much to trade. You'd have to trade too much. Quickly, other way, fouled by Trent. Trent doesn't like the call. Caboclo's still 2 years away. Oh, man. I tell Vivo, I'm not fine with losing. Like, it's tough. It's tough to accept. I get it. Wow, if Brian's saying the game is done, then this game is really done. I gotta ban fake comeback in chat. Like, I have to add that to like a ban list so YouTube automatically hides that. I hate constantly moaning about that. Julius Randle's, I mean, he's not unstoppable. Julius Randle has 11 points since the first quarter. He had that explosion from 3 in the first quarter. He has 1 3 since then. Other than that, he's been fine. He's a good player, but he's been fine since then. He just had that explosion in the first quarter. 5.5 games ahead of the Hornets. That's so embarrassing, man. They're so bad. Not over yet, though, as I learned. Trent to Barnes. Barnes with the right, no good. Yeah, the Siakam criticism's a bit harsh. It depends how far you want to go with a retool or rebuild. Can you get 3 firsts and interesting players for Siakam? Is that something you want to consider? Like, it should be a consideration. I still have faith you can put a team around him and be successful. Randall, tough shot, off the mark as the shot clock goes down. Good defense by the Raptors. Good defense there. Good job by Fred. Took away the pass. The shot clock's winding down. Good recognition. Good stuff. 187. 5:36 to go. Looks a little bit out of reach, but so did the Milwaukee game. Let's see. They're going to fight to the end. You know that. Barnes to Siakam, open for 3. Just, man, not his game. Straight up, not Siakam's game. He is 2 of 12 with 12 points, 11. It's a double-double. It's an ugly double-double. It's always something else. It's always something else going wrong. And today it's Siakam's offensive performance, along with the Barnes offense. It's always something else, man. I don't know. Would the Magic trade Wendell Carter? He's a good player, man. I think he's underrated. Just disappointing. I agree. It's tough. It is tough. I don't understand this Fred to the Magic business, this whole ordeal. Why would the Magic want Fred VanVleet? It just doesn't really make sense to me. Why would the Magic want Fred VanVleet? You know what? It's a Friday. I could use a drink here. Phoenix only on Twitch. Hey, yeah, we just do it for the sake of it. 2 straight Siakam stinkers. I know, man. It's not concerning. It's unfortunate. Moving screen on Pascal now. They might want OG. Every team. I cannot stress this enough. Every team in the NBA wants OG Anunoby. Every team has a role for him. He's that type of player. Clippers want Fred. Why, though? Do they really want him? Leah String out. Listen, a guy has a couple of bad games. It's not the league figuring him out. He had a couple of bad games. Jump shot wasn't falling like usual. Got cold. A guy can have a bad game. Sam's averaging 26 a game this season. Like Jokic yesterday had like 12 points or what, something like that. I don't think Denver Nuggets fans looked at Jokic yesterday putting up 12 points as a league figured him out. Games like this happen. It's unfortunate. It's part of life. What's Jokic doing tonight? How will Jokic respond? What has he got tonight? Jokic has 11 already, so he responds well. Why would the Magic even want Fred? That's my question, man. That's funny. Oh, God. It's just, I get it. Clippers got fucked. I'm aware. But you can have nights that aren't as good as your normal nights. Percentage of Knicks win 99.7. I mean, yeah, they're up this late. Barnes finally showing some aggression in the fourth. I don't understand. Like, Clippers, if they really want Fred, I mean, we're open for business. Brunson in mid-range. Got it. Clippers have, no picks, but the Clippers have players. Not really young players. I guess, yeah. Is there really anything that interesting there? I guess not. Robinson swats the Barnes layup. We came back from here against the Bucks, but this feels like end my misery. Listen, Phoenix, I understand. I'm understanding of the situation. It's not a normal Jokic night. It's not. That doesn't mean there's a problem there. I'm aware of the box score. Freddie for Terrence Mann. Now, you must be joking. I don't know if you know Terrence Mann's game. Siakam got to go. Bro, I actually should ban people for saying that. If you're reactionary enough to say Siakam's a problem, you actually should pick a new hobby, man. Because Denver used Fred as a starting 2 guard. I don't know. I think they got a lot going well there. I think KCP really fits that team well. I think Bruce Brown fits that team really well. Jamal Murray, is Jamal Murray. He'll get it back. He's still working his way back. Playoffs, he's a different animal. If you think Siakam needs to go, you need to go to a mental hospital. Well, I wouldn't go that far. But if you actually think Siakam is a problem this season, you need a new hobby. I'm sorry. I don't like disrespecting opinions like that. Siakam's averaging 26, 8, and 7. That's absurd. Nuggets will never win a ring. Could win one this year, man. They get it right at the deadline. I don't think Fred's the right guy for them. They get it right at the deadline. They're bringing some pieces. Jokic is my MVP right now. Aaron Gordon is exactly what that team needs. He's defending every position, doing a great job at it. Michael Porter Jr., when he's knocking down threes and he's healthy, is so key to unlocking that offensive floor spacing. KCP with a perfect acquisition in the offseason. A shooting guard, stays off ball, hits threes, plays good defense. Jamal Murray, the dominant ball handler who can turn on the scoring, score on all these different levels, can get to the rim. That is like a perfect starting five almost. Off the bench, guys like Bones, who up-and-coming young player, exciting player. Guys like Bruce Brown. I love the Bruce Brown fit with that team. It's a damn good team. DeAndre Jordan's a strange one, but that's a good roster. They can get some more top-tier bench guys. That's a danger to win the NBA championship. Any Aaron Gordon all defensive convo. He's been outstanding. He's given a little bit of OG vibes for what he's doing. I think that's a good comparison. Pascal and Scotty were outstanding together last season. Siakam averaging 26 cannot be reflected on as an issue, by the way. Efficiently as well, might I say. You cannot seriously say a player efficiently scoring 26, 7, and 8 is a problem. You just can't. 3:10 to go. Randall to Brunson. Can we steal? That was a foul. VanVleet in the corner for 3, and he hits. The VanVleet positive game continues. 10-point game. Nice turnover, nice steal, nice feed by Scotty. It is frustrating that we always put ourselves in these spots. Kawhi averaged 26 here. There you go. He wasn't a problem. He was the solution. Brunson in mid-range. No good. Okay, chance to chip in a bit further. I'm not holding anything as impossible. Fred chucks. No good. Rebound. Siakam lays it in. All right, that Fred one, I know some people might get mad. You got to get shots up to come back here. You got no choice. 105-97. 8-0 run for the Raptors. I'm actually going to ban, I'm going to restrict the use of fake comebacks in chat for the next stream, I think. Brunson floater. This one's good. And responds to make it a 10-point game. 2 minutes to go. I saw big here 2 nights ago. It ain't impossible. Fred in mid-range. A foul's called. That's on Brunson. That's bonus, yes. That shots is not. Bonus situation. That's a concern. Why do you always put yourselves in these spots? That's a concern. Absolutely. Siakam misses the first free throw. No, the half court is just trash. Aware. SM, rare W, bro. Pascal's not Sky's way in basketball about having the best players at each position. You got to be able to win with good players around you. Quickly to Brunson. Randall, kick out to Quickly. Chucks the three. It actually almost goes. What was that shot, though? It's tipped out of bounds. What was that Quickly shot? Was he baiting to a foul? And a foul in transition. So Raptors are heading to the line here. It ain't completely over, everybody. Milwaukee are beatable. They aren't the force I thought they'd be. But Middleton isn't here, so it's not as fair to evaluate them. VanVleet at the line. Hits the first free throw. Could make it 7. Tell you what, this ain't impossible. This ain't impossible here. Robinson's fouled out as well. It ain't over. It ain't over. Ooh, what happened here? Wait. We've seen crazier. I saw it 2 nights ago. VanVleet hits both free throws. 107-100. It's unlikely, but it ain't impossible from here. You got to stop and a make. All of a sudden, you're right there. What can the Raptors do? Brunson to inbound. Stuff has to go your way for sure. Let's see. Brunson slowing it down. Can he get another stop? Cameron, not right now, bro. Brunson to Randall. Tough three, no way. Doesn't go. Rebound OG. Move quick. Move quick. Siakam to Trent. To OG. Gotta get a shot. What can you find? Fred. Driving. Kicks to Siakam. Come on, Pascal. Corner three is good. Pascal Siakam. It's a 4-point game. Okay. Right there again. 49 seconds. We are right here in this game. Siakam inefficiently up to 18 with that three-pointer from the corner. This game ain't over. It's not over yet. It's getting there. It's not over yet. They fight to the end. Listen, you can't tell me this team is tanking. The players don't take, organizations do. This team wants to win this game, and it's still going to be a tough game to win, but you're right there. You get 2 stops in a make. You're right there, man. Got to get the stops, though. Drop a like, guys, if you are enjoying the content today, having fun on the stream today. What are we at? 99 likes, 1 like away from 100. Like if you are enjoying, and subscribe for a watch party like this for every Raptors game. They are down by 16 at the 4:03 mark. Down by 21 against the Bucks. It was like 3:13 to go last game. Why do we put ourselves in this hole that is so hard to get out of? Brunson to inbound. Can we get another stop? Here's Randall. He's fouled. Why foul? Why give them the points? That'll send Randall to the line. All right, what can Randall do? Can he get both? Can he get none? I saw them collapse against the Mavericks. Randall first free throw. No good. No good. Julius Randle. First one's no good, but second one is important. Can he hit the second? He's a 75% shooter. It would suggest he could hit the second one. Let's see. Pressure's on. Randall. Knicks fans don't like you, pal. What's he got? Second free throw is good. Okay. 108-103. 5-point game. You're still there. It's 2 possessions. Trent. He heaves the 3. Oh! Gary Trent Jr. 2-point game. Holy shit, Gary. Can you get another stop? Randall. Almost a steal. Can't get the stop. Brunson. Come on. One more stop. Make it fun. Brunson past the screen. Not a screen. Pass Fred. Layup. And 1 for Brunson. Oh, and that kind of kills the mood. Damn. Fred's got blown by. It's got to be better there, man. Fred's had a good game but got to be better there, man. Fred got blown by. That's too easy. Too easy for this moment. Damn. 5-point game again. Raptors looking to bring it forward. That's tough. That's tough. It's better than getting blown out, of course. Why do they put themselves in that hole, man? Yeah, it's not the fake comeback. It's not the fake comeback because I don't like that because it's better than getting blown out. It is, right? But the question definitely should be, why do they put themselves in this hole? It's not why is it always a fake comeback. It's why do they always put themselves in this hole? The fake comeback is just annoying because, like, would you rather they not try to come back? But I get what you're saying. Every night they put themselves in a hole. They make up a ton of points late, but they still don't win. It's tough, man. We've won 11 in a row against the Knicks at home, but it's looking like that streak will end tonight. Down by 5, 22 seconds. Need a 3 and a missed free throw. Trent layup is good. Okay. You're going to have to foul, though, or can you get a turnover? It's a foul. Nick Nurse, I mean, he's got the ability to challenge this. It will take away his timeout, but he does have the ability to challenge this. Sorry, my stream just crashed. I don't know what's going on, but it looked like Nurse challenge. I appreciate the 5 guys at the end, but be real honest, just when I think L's more beneficial. I don't disagree with you, Eric. Benefiting the season might be the L's, but like it's clear these guys are trying to win, and I support these guys. I'm both sides. I'm seeing, like, you know, it's fun to see wins, but hey, if you're tanking, then competitive losses are the best thing for your team. I didn't see the replay because my stream crashed. Almost every game still has an off night. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just nothing clicks all at the same time. It might be tough to overturn. I think they could overturn that, man. He gets the ball there. He gets his hand on the ball. That could be they could overturn that, man. He comes through the body. I can see them overturning this. I think whichever way they would have called this, they would stick to the on-court decision. Let's see. Yeah, it's the body contact they might look at, but the hand is all ball. The left hand coming in, that's all, or whatever hand it was, that was all ball. There was no swipe at his hands. Just gives you a glimmer. Give me a last shot. Give me the excitement of a last shot here, NBA refs. Let's see what they go with. Confirm the foul. Two shots for Brunson, and if he hits either of them, that will pretty much ice the game here. It was into the body. I see why they stuck with the call. It wasn't about the ball contact. It was about the body contact. Nurse is going to complain. Brunson at the line. First is good, and that will just pretty much, unless you get a quick basket and a steal, it'd take a miracle right now. Brunson's second free throw is no good. Raptors don't have their timeout left. They got to score quickly. Barnes, layup is no good. Tip-in is no good. That will end the game as Randall will dribble it out. The Raptors, what can you say? The Raptors, they fight back admirably again, but they put themselves in a hole. And at the end of the day, they lose again. Down to 16-23 on the season. Let's break it all down for you guys in tonight's post-game show. All right, so obviously a lot of the comments, a lot of the chat, it's going to be people coming and talking about fake comeback this, fake comeback that. There's going to be stuff on Twitter, fake comeback, all this stuff. Not disagreeing that it's all for nothing, but this is definitely better than getting blown out. The question mark definitely needs to be about why does this team consistently put themselves in such a hole where they need such a tremendous fight back just to still not win the game, right? That's the concerning part because they consistently put themselves in a hole. And today they had a really good third quarter. That wasn't the issue. The start of the fourth quarter was so poor. And it's just the inability to find consistent offense that is continuing to plague this team. And it's just like every night something doesn't click, something doesn't go well, something doesn't happen for this team. There's never all the core guys firing on all cylinders. And unfortunately, tonight's just another night where you don't get Pascal Siakam. You get 18 points, 13 runs, 5 assists. And as far as bad games go, that's pretty good. But he's 4 for 14 from the field, and he turns the ball over 5 times. Everyone else was fine. Like, you get another pretty damn good game from Fred VanVleet. Another, really good game from Fred VanVleet. Obviously, he is far from the problem today. But overall in the season, it's just there's always something else going wrong for this team, and it could never be everything. Cherry Reaper Gaming, thanks so much for the super chat. Van Chiefs just don't want dubs. Well, VanVleet was, like I said, far from the problem today. Look at the scores. Look at the box score. Fred is a plus 11. He's 9 for 21. 3 for 9. No, those aren't the most efficient numbers, but 28 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, only 1 turnover. That's nothing to scoff at. Absolutely not. And it's the second game in a row he's got 28 with other great stats. Are they the most efficient nights? No. But he's part of the reason we even had a prayer in this game. Gary Trent has another great game. OG, solid, gives you a good night. Siakam not at it. And Barnes, it's just another night where you just don't get enough of him. Fourth quarter was a lot better, but second game in a row, he goes into the fourth quarter 3 full quarters of basketball having not scored a field goal. And people are trying to make this out to be kind of not being used enough. He's not getting the touches. He's not allowed to go score. I think that's all shit, to be honest. He's out there on the floor. He's a young player. Look, we can excuse these things, but we need a bit more from him. We need him to be more aggressive. And when he got aggressive in the fourth quarter, we saw better from him. Get yourselves in good positions on cuts. Get aggressive with the ball in your hands, and you can make things happen. He's a good enough player to make things happen out there. Getting him on a -8 when all the other starters are in the positive is slightly annoying. Further down the list, the bench. It's better than 7 points, but it's still not great. It's 15 points. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you lose the game. You lose the game, and it comes down to, Randall was, 32 points. It looks better than it was. He had 19 in the first quarter because he hit 5 ridiculous threes in a row. Credit to him for hitting them. But big game there. Brunson, big game. They just overall shot the ball better. They shoot 47-32 or 47-43. We shoot 42-34. We consistently put ourselves in bad positions with our inability to score consistently. That's putting us in these holes in every game. And we turn on the aggression in the fourth quarter that you just can't have all game. We don't have all game, and it's not enough. You force the turnovers. You rebound the ball pretty well considering the team you're playing against. But overall, it really is just starting to dawn on fans like myself. This team just is not that good. It's a difficult reality to accept. M. Howell, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Amateur Hour Army. Appreciate the subscription. And you subscribe yourself to a watch party like this for every Raptors game. And on top of that, videos all throughout the week breaking down this team. The team's just not that good. The construction of the team, it's a bit of a mess. Underperforming players, not enough support from the bench, not enough shooting. Ball handling, better today. Like Fred being aggressive was a difference maker out there on the floor. It's just the inconsistencies that come with Fred VanVleet that have been so concerning this season. It's there's a lot wrong with this team. And there's too much to fix. Now, as far as making changes to the team that we clearly need, front office, it's not 2K. These things don't just happen like that. It's a process. It's a process that takes days, weeks, sometimes months for trades to happen. It can't just happen right away. The team definitely has some fundamental flaws. The front office isn't going to be able to address all of these things right now before the deadline. Can they address some things? Yes. They need to pick some sort of direction for the team to take. Because right now the current direction is nowhere. There's no direction. There's no identity. We're lacking identity on defense. Lacking identity as well on the offensive end. At this point in the season, you're 16-23. You're slipping every day into higher percentages and getting that top pick. And it's looking like that could be a worthwhile way, an avenue for the Raptors to go about their season this year. If you're on this side that you want this team to lose as many games as possible, well, I think a hard-fought game like this is the best way to lose a game. You don't want to have the boring blowouts every game. You want to have entertaining losses, and you're kind of getting that today. With the Raptors. The first-round pick that we have is looking extremely valuable at this point. I think you got to keep on to that. As far as future assets, future picks, you've got them all, but those are the picks that you should be using in the future to get more talent, or using those picks to pivot and land a top-tier player to really fit in with your team. At this point, that pick is looking like the most valuable asset that the Raptors have. It's a pretty top-heavy draft class. I'm interested in exploring it at this point. It doesn't really feel like this team can go anywhere this season. It's a sad reality to face, but I advocated for this team. I advocated for time. I advocated for patience. I advocated that this is a good team. Well, time's up. Running out of patience here as you're a month away from the trade deadline. This team just isn't that good. The perception on paper is that this can be a good team. You can definitely make something out of this team. We just haven't found the secret sauce, the secret ingredients here. or whatever it is. We haven't found the right way to piece these guys together and make the best team out of it. That's the sad reality of the situation. I don't think coaching is the biggest concern. I think there's a multitude of reasons, but I don't feel like this is a Nick Nurse problem. I think there's underperforming players. I think there's front office inability to get the right help around the team. And I think Nurse hasn't quite done the best that he could do with this unit, but given the nature of this roster, how much is missing, Nick Nurse is part of the problem, but he's not that big of a problem that I would say that his job is in jeopardy. I think this team needs a retool. I'd love to do a retool around Nick Nurse and his coaching philosophies, give him an opportunity to build this team up, develop the players in this team, develop them into his coaching systems. Is there work that needs to be done there? Yes, absolutely. But I think he can work well with the front office, and I think they are a team of people that can dig us out of this situation, because the Raptors, they're a better team than the Knicks. There should be. They aren't. They should have been better than that Bucks team 2 days ago. They weren't. And we're seeing on a consistent basis the Raptors have an inability to find ways to score and find ways to win. On the table, Scottie Barnes off the table. I think there is a viable reason to look to trade a lot of guys. So a lot of different directions that you can take with this team. I don't think trading Scottie it should be anywhere near considerations. I also feel like OG is a guy you should have long term. Put him on your team. If you're going in a different direction, give OG a lot of the load on offense. That's what he's been looking for with this team. I think that's a way to pursue, because no matter what type of the team you are in the NBA, OG is a player that you could use. OG is a player that you could want on your team. And I think that's somebody worth having going forward. But we're just worse than a lot of the teams here. We're getting outplayed consistently every game that we play. It's a tough situation to be in for the Raptors. A lot of questions to answer from the front office. A lot of questions for this team to answer. It's a disappointing way the season's gone, but you have to ask yourself, at what point is too far gone? I think this is too far gone. I think this is definitely too far gone. The Raptors are in a hole that I don't think is worth climbing out of, given the nature of this draft and what the team has and what they would have to do to actually get anywhere with the current core. That will wrap it up on the stream for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the stream today, or tuning into the content. If you did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing for more Raptors content just like this. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Appreciate the people who subscribed, who donated, and everything. Love the support that we've gotten on this channel recently. We've had a great start to 2023. Let's try to keep the momentum going and have a great year. Have a great month. Take it one day at a time. Stream today. I'll have video tomorrow. And I'll have a stream on Sunday as well. It's like 6 to 7 pieces of content a week. Please make sure you're subscribed to keep up to date with all that stuff. And please make sure you drop a like. I'll be here. I'll be on vacation at some points during the season, but I'm going to be here all year. I'm going to be here streaming all year, no matter what. No matter how bad this team is, no matter how bad it gets, I'll be streaming. I did it in Tampa. I'm going to do it here. I enjoy watching the Raptors regardless. I enjoy hanging out with you guys even more so regardless. So I appreciate you guys showing support. I'm extremely grateful. Sticking it out all stream. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow in the video. If not, I'll